be doing a reading entitled, Why Are You One of a Kind? Why are you magnificent? Why are you amazing? Why are people drawn to you? Right? So let me just get this camera ready. You got a choice between pile number 1 or pile number 2, or if you feel called to, you can go to both piles. Okay, let's go to pile number 1, and let's see, why are you one of a kind? Okay, I love this stone, you know, the clear quartz. I love this stone, so beautiful. Let's just leave it there. Love it. Okay, why are you one of a kind? So we got the 10 of Wands. You have gone through a lot. I'm hearing you are going through a lot, and you're doing this all on your own. Some people know about what you've been through, and for some of you, I feel as if you have taken on a lot as well. I'm also hearing for some of you that you could be taking care of everyone and leaving yourself last, unfortunately. So for some of you, you have gone through a lot. For others of you, not only are you working, you're looking after your family. You know, you're taking care of your neighbors, you're taking care of your cousins, you're taking care of your siblings. You're just doing a lot, and you're doing it on your own. And you have, you know, you got this never give up attitude. You got this inner resilience. You got this inner strength, inner power. And there are people that, you know, admire you and think, you know, I wish I could be like that, but I'm too selfish to be like that. So there's people that are in admiration of you and how much you actually take on. You know, I feel like some people may feel like you're very strong as well. There's something about you being in the removal industry. So some of you could be like a removal man or a removal woman, and you may do a lot of these jobs, you know, within the week. But more so than that, I feel like you're balancing a lot and you've taken on a lot. But some people do think that you should take a break as well and ask for help, is what I'm picking up. Why are you one of a kind? And also with this card right here, it's coming through that some people that you have helped are very grateful for the help that you have given to them, because they feel like you have balanced a lot in your life, or you do balance a lot in your life, and to have the time to even help them makes them very appreciative of what you have done for them. You may have Libra in your chart. You could have a Mercury in Libra, or you could have a Mars or Moon in Libra. Why are you one of a kind? Okay, you're one of a kind also because you could be a person that could speak different languages. If you can't speak different languages, people see you as somebody that is very original. I'm hearing you are an enigma. You are an originator. You are a trendsetter is what I'm hearing. Whatever group, club, or organization that you belong to, and this could also be in regards to churches, places of worship. My voice is so croaky, guys. I'm really sorry. You could have your own community, you could have your own group, your own organization, you could be setting up your own charity, or you could belong to, you know, a group, club, or organization. Or there's something about your friendship group, you standing out, you doing something differently if you belong to some sort of club or group, right? Your way of doing things is original. Your way of doing things has never been seen before. You could have a very futuristic mind. I feel like you could do something that shocks people that are around you, but shocks people in a good way. I feel like it could also be your way of thinking, right? And how you carry out your plans. I also feel it could be your way of speaking, or you could say an idea and people may think, oh, that's out of the box, that's too weird, that's too wacky. Or you could be a person that could want to do something, but it has never been done before, whether that means it, you know, whether that means somebody in your group organization, your friendship group has never done it before, or they've never heard of it before, but you introduce new and original way of thinking to your friends, to your groups, to groups, I should say, or you've created a charity, or you've created a group based off this original idea. Some people may laugh at it, some people may frown upon it when they see the idea on paper, but you have a way of putting these transformative ideas into practice. This is my Aquarius card, Knight of Swords, right? We are in the age of Aquarius. Pluto is actually in Aquarius, and I was saying in the previous reading before, and I was also saying to my sisters, that you are going to be seeing people in positions of power that were not really deemed to be in these types of positions of power, so you'll be seeing people from different social classes, ethnic groups, sexes, etc., being in certain roles that were, back in the day, told they were told that they will never become something, they will never be in these positions because they don't come from this background, because they are not a certain sex, or because they're not a certain color, or they're not a certain religion. You're going to be seeing different people become the faces of positions that were blocked. Maybe their forefathers, maybe their ancestors may have tried to get these positions, but because of their background, their heritage, they didn't gain any access to these positions. But for the next 20 years, I feel like you are going to be seeing and witnessing huge changes. You may see like 12-year-old scientists breaking, I know we see that already sometimes, like we see these geniuses that are like 12 years old and stuff like that, but you may see like a 12-year-old scientist going to the moon, or, you may see like a 98-year-old woman finding the cure for something, or, something very originating, I feel. And I feel like whatever area of work that you are in, whatever group or friendship group that you are in, your ideas are so original. They're before its time. The way you execute your plans, it's before its time. It's never been seen before. People are in admiration of it. People may want to learn it. People may want to study you, because when you think of the Knight of Swords, for me personally, it's Aquarius energy. Aquarius can be like the mad scientist, right? And I feel like people may want to study you, may want to learn you, may want to understand how does your mind work? How do you get to think like this? How do you get to act out your way of thinking and executing your ideas? Like, people may want to learn you, people may want to study you, especially on social media. So you may have like a huge social media following. For some of you, I feel like, you could be in a public eye, or something that you do that is original will gain you success and fame. Some of you could be social media influencers. For others of you, I'm just hearing originator, original. I feel like some of you could be like, I'm hearing like a plus size model, and your look has never been seen before. The way you dress. There's something about the way you dress. There's something about the way you talk. There's something about the way you express yourself. But people find you to be very alluring. People find you to be very seductive. And even, for some of you, there's something about your online presence. Some of you could be influencers, and you have that ability to, shake up, the status quo, shake up those that were maybe sleeping on you, or people that were like you, right? And you are the type of person to make somebody rethink their type. That's what I'm hearing. So if you like someone, or if you like someone and they didn't necessarily go for your look in the past, by them getting to know you makes them start to question why they dated who they dated in the past, because you are the new, thing. And I'm not comparing you to a thing, but you are the new it girl, it guy that they are looking for. So even if you don't get to go out with this individual, whoever they connect with next, or if they, you know, whoever they connect with next, they look for your skills, they look for your beauty, they look for your attractiveness, or they look for your qualities, I should say, to make it shorter. They look for your qualities within the next person that they connect with. You set the tone is what I'm picking up. And that could be in regards to like any type of friendship group that you are in, because you're so original, because you could be very quirky, you could be very funny, you could be, you have a different way of thinking about things, and your friends may also always want to talk to you about their problems, and you give them a different perspective, and you analyze the other person who they could be discussing about motives, and they analyze, you are able to analyze their motives, what they were thinking about, and you come up with this unique blend, and you have a way of making people think that they were thinking the same thing as the person that they were talking about, and that they have so much in common with that other person. Like, this is a way about you that it has this brilliant mind, right? You could be good at science, or this is something that you should actually, you may have done well at science in school, but you are a great researcher as well. So I feel like if you are at university, then you could be getting high marks. Even your lecturers are in awe of you, and you're the type of person that keeps getting, maybe when you finish university, you got a first, or you just got this brilliant mind, is what I'm picking up. I feel like you're one of a kind also, because you are very proud, very confident, but you're not one of these individuals that are intimidating. At first, people may be quite intimidated by you, but once they get to know you, they realize that you're very warm, you're very inviting, you're very generous, you're very kind, you're very pleasant, you're down to earth. So they feel like it's a bit of a contradiction about who you are. You may have gotten when you were younger, oh, she thinks she's too nice, or he thinks he's too hot. I bet he likes girls like that. I bet she only dates guys that have money, or whatever the case is. People may have projected an image onto you, but once they got to know you, they realized it was so far from the truth. They realized that you were just like so zen, so down to earth, so funny, and maybe they met people that they felt were like you in the past, but once they got to know you, they realized that you just are just unique. You are in a lane of your own. You may not speak the way people expect you to speak. You may tell jokes that are just like so humorous and funny and cheeky, seductive, but you may be very poised and graceful. The way that you look, right? Maybe very poised and graceful. So it's like, you don't look the way you speak, or you don't look the way you think, and you're very intelligent as well. And people may not put your intelligence to how you look. There's something about that. So for instance, you could look like, if you're a guy I'm speaking to, you could look like a basketball player, or you could look like someone that's someone that likes to wear like baggy clothes and maybe chains or big tops. And then when people speak to you, it's like you got this high IQ, you are madly intelligent, very articulate, you don't use any street slang, and it's like, what? So if you're a female and you are very, graceful to the eye, you may be like, let's say, pencil skirts, or you may wear like fitted trousers, loafers, glasses, fitted, jackets. You may have your hair in a bobble all up or out of your face. And then when people speak to you, you're talking about sports, you're talking about boxing, you're talking about MMA fighting, you're talking about martial arts, you're talking about car racing, you're talking about motorbikes, and people are like, what? But people like this about you because they feel like you are a contradiction. I also feel that people like the fact that you are very generous as well. So some of you could be in roles and in positions where you have gained a lot. One of the reasons why you are one of a kind is because I feel like you have fought to get to a certain position that you are in the now. And because of your ways, I'm hearing like you broke down those doors. Maybe for the role that you are in, they don't have people that may look like you or come from your background, whatever the case is. But I feel like you had a way of letting your talent, your intelligence speak for itself. This is why you are in this position of power. You are a person that speaks truth into others. You are a person, I feel, that encourages others to tap into their power, to go after their goals unapologetically, right? And you show people ways in which they can utilize, making money. You're not a gatekeeper. That's what I'm picking up. You're not a gatekeeper. You could do a lot of charity work for your community. You may give classes. I also feel like you enjoy helping others. You enjoy giving to charity. You enjoy giving to causes. You enjoy You enjoy uplifting the youth. You enjoy empowering and inspiring others, whether that's, nieces, nephews, cousins, whatever the case is, you enjoy helping. And, Spirit's saying also, say some time for yourself. Help yourself also. But I feel like you're very charitable, and also you have, I'm hearing you started from the bottom. Like you literally started from the bottom, but you always knew your worth. And when you see others that are trying, you always give them a leg up because you always see yourself through that person. You know how it was for you when you were trying, and maybe for some of you, people did not give you an opportunity. And now that you are in a leadership position or a position of power, you are going to give other people an opportunity. You are not a gatekeeper, and because you're in this energy, spirit is only going to continue to bless you more. I feel that you are one of a kind because you are very seductive, and you have a lot of psychic abilities, but you don't use it for the bad. I'm not saying that if you have psychic abilities, use it for the bad, because I'm touching upon scorpionic energy. I feel like you are very intense, and you have a way to transform others. And whenever anyone gets into a relationship with you, it's very transformative. This could also be in regards to when you are in the physical aspect of the connection. I've got to be mindful because it's YouTube, right? And thank you so much. So I feel like, and I hope I'm going to try and pronounce your name. Ends with 212. King. I'll call you King. I don't want to get your name wrong. I'm picking up on scorpionic energy, right? And with this energy, I feel as if you're very intense, and sometimes that can make people feel a little bit unsure, but especially if they are a little bit insecure within themselves. And it's almost like you seek out your prey. This is the way they could perceive it, right? Like you seek out your prey, and then once it's like you capture them, right? And it's not done intentionally. This is the way that it could be perceived, and it's almost like this person wants to play, whoever this person is, they want to play cat and mouse with you because they're very threatened by your energy. They've never come across an energy very intense like yours before, and they feel a little bit this is like love interest, right? Some love interest can pursue you first, but I feel like if you are interested in someone, because I feel like many of your love interests in the past have seeked you out. The energy that you possess is being projected onto you. You can make people become extremely obsessed with you, is what I'm picking up. But I feel like if you like someone, what tends to happen is you analyze them, you study them, and these individuals can feel naked. They can feel as if you can see right through their soul, and generally you can. And you don't use it for the bad. So you can see their insecurities, you can see their likes, their dislikes, you can see what makes them tick, you can see what makes them closed off. Some people with that power can use it for the bad, but you use that knowledge and you're able to make whoever you are interested in come to, come to face these truths about themselves that they may have kept hidden, bring them forth, heal from them, transform from them, and move forward with their life. Whether they say that or not to you, this is the impact that you have. So you have a very impactful way of helping people to transform themselves for the better. Some people may be resistant to this change. However, when you are in connection with them, you may be met with arguments. It can unfortunately result into bullying. They may feel like you're forcing them to change, but you may not be saying you have to change your way of being, because I feel like you transform yourself over lifetimes, in the past life and in this life. You're able to transform again and again and again. If you have gone through stuff, you're able to heal yourself, whether that's through therapy, Reiki healing, whatever the case is, and you want to inspire and help others to do the same, right? But some people may not be ready for this type of energy, and you may be met with resistance and anger, arguments, and sometimes, unfortunately, abuse. You could have like a Mars on your ascendant, or you could have like, Pluto. When you're connected with love partners, you could have like a Pluto conjunct in their Mars, or Pluto conjunct in their, so there's something here. But those that are more highly evolved and willing to do the work, I feel like once they are willing to work alongside with you, what then tends to happen is that they go through a very, otherworldly experience. And I'm hearing, like, that film Nanny McPhee, where she comes into the lives of the children, and she said, what did she say? When you need me, I will be there. When you want me, I will disappear, or something like that, right? So basically what she was saying is that the children needed her help, but when she came into their lives, they made her feel very uncomfortable. It's a bit like when you have like a, I don't know if you guys used to do it. I didn't used to do it, but people in my class used to do it when I was younger. When you have like a supply teacher, I used to feel sorry for them because it's like the children would just run, rings around the supply teacher, like, oh, the pens are in there, miss, or the pens are in there, sir. Just make their experience so uncomfortable. So when Nanny McPhee went to these children's house because their dad needed help, right? Um, they were very, they were wild, right? And it was overwhelming. I felt overwhelming watching it for her, right? She was calm, she had composure, but I feel like she remained like stoic because she knew that they actually needed her help and their dad needed her expertise to guide his children, right? And she just knew. She analyzed the whole situation. She knew what time it was, and she knew I ain't going anywhere. You guys can play as much tricks as you want. This is what she was probably thinking, but I ain't going anywhere. And then they became accustomed to her way of doing things, and then they all fell in love with her as though she was their mother, right? And then they wanted her to stay, and then she had to leave. And that's why she said, when you want me, I will disappear. When you need me, I will appear, right? Um, and I feel like for some of you, it could be that way, not just in relationships, could be in friendships as well, right? Uh, I don't feel like people appreciate you all the time, but it's only when you leave a situation, people, they resort back to you. Oh yeah, I remember when pile number one said this thing to me, and at the time I created an argument. At the time I was very resentful. At the time I created distance. At the time I challenged them. And they could be in different connections now with new love partners or new friendship groups. And they're thinking, pile number one wouldn't do that. And now they're analyzing and comparing. They're comparing, your way of, your choice of conversation. And they're realizing that you're just trying to empower them out of a situation that was holding them stagnant, that was holding them stuck for many years. And you may come across friends that keep complaining about the same things, and you may have tried to give them strategies. You listen. You may have tried to. Some of you, I'm hearing that you may have like put your foot down, being quite, coarse with them. Like, look, you need to do this. This is what you need to do because you're getting fed up, right? And you may tend to hear the same stories over and over again, despite the fact that you're giving people the tools, right? And it could be tools that you have used for yourself and has been beneficial. But what you're getting to realize is just because it worked for me doesn't mean it's going to work for anyone else. And you may have taken your energy back from these individuals. Some of you may have cut these people off. And they're now finding that you were right all along. So people hold you, and it's almost as if some people may try and challenge your authority, which is ridiculous, right? You may, and this could have been friends, could have been family members. They may feel like, for some reason, and I don't want to trigger anyone, they may have felt like they were better than you. They may have felt as if you were the youngest, or you're the oldest. Why should I listen to you? Whatever the case is, or you don't do the type of work I do. I make more money than you. So it's like they didn't respect you in a sense. And this is why they may have tried to, or compare your, they may have tried to compare your, because it happened to me once, I had this friend at a time, and she kept complaining about the same things for years, right? And I gave her free readings on situations as well regarding love, and but she's overly religious, and so she was open for the readings, right? But she's overly religious, so what happened was when I was trying to give her more guidance, I even like sent a link to her for one of my readings. She was just like, yeah, I'm gonna go to listen to the some sort of, I don't know, something, and I'm no disrespect to anyone that's religious, but I believe that spirituality and religion is two separate entities, right? I do believe in God. I was brought up Christian, but do I go to church every week? No, I don't. I don't feel like you need to go to a building to connect with source, right? But she basically disregarded my help, right? And I'm not saying it in a narcissistic way. I'm just saying it because up until that point, she was open for the free reading. She was open to any, you know, advice I had to give based off a situation where I can make her break down what the person may have been thinking and feeling, and trying to give her like warnings of red flags or whatever the case is, right? It's your friend, you want to help your friend. But then once I did find like a harsh energy, like a blockage, like, no, I don't want your help anymore. I don't think your help is good. Because she turned around and said, I'm gonna go to something like, she's gonna go to some sort of church counsel or something like that, or advice center or something. And I sent her a video to say, oh, maybe if you watch this video, then you might find something. Oh, no, no, no. So it was just like, I'm not saying she has to be that way, but I brought her on game about certain things in regards to astrology, and she was just like, yeah, it makes sense, this makes sense, that makes sense. And what people have to understand is, in regards to astrology, astrology was actually in the Bible, but they took it out, and now it's deemed as demonic, but it was actually in the Bible. But because kings and queens used to, connect with astrologers back in the day, and also they used to use the moon, the stars, etc., to know when to make certain decisions, to know when to remember the three wise men were guided by the star, right? But that's another story. But it was just like I felt like this energy of like, I don't need your help. And anyway, why am I taking advice from you? You don't even, and what I find sometimes, this is turning into like a religious thing, but what I find, you may find this as well, but what I find sometimes is that some people that are very religious, they can look down upon you. That's my experience when I went back to the church as an adult. They were very judgmental to other religions. This is a Pacific church I went to because my partner at the time wanted to go to church. So I said, listen, I'm not religious, but if you want to go, I'll go. But let me just warn you, because I've been in the church since I was younger. Let me just warn you, he was Hindu. I'm Christian, right? I was like, let me warn you. But he liked the experience. But then he found that, yeah, they were being quite judgmental. They actually told him to take off his beaded chain that was given to him by his mother and it was blessed in the temple. So I feel like that's why, one of the reasons why, when people talk about they're this, they're that, I really don't subscribe to that, because I find that what actually happens is, because I've been around it, I've grown up around it. When I was going to church, I was surrounded by a lot of hypocrites. They're saying one thing, and then when you go home with that person, because I grew up with my grandfather, when you go home, they're not living out what it says in the Bible. I believe just being a good person, knowing right from wrong. I used to always think that when I was younger, why don't people just know right from wrong and live their way like that? Treat people nicely, be kind to yourself, be kind to others, don't do bad things, and then we all can just get along. That's the way I viewed it when I was younger. But I was surrounded by going to church, seeing people act one way, realizing that people are having many affairs. It came out in the woodwork, and they're married and their partners. It's just weird. So I've always felt that how I, in the church that I grew up in, it was surrounded by a lot of hypocrites, right? And then when I went back as an adult and I heard like the judgmental things coming out of, some of these people's mouths, and, their take on like, people's sexuality, and, the sexist remarks, people's different religions. Oh, my partner must take off his chain. Like, I thought, you know what? I just didn't go back again. I said, this is the reason why I stopped going, and they just confirmed it to me. And even he agreed, because at first he enjoyed the whole praying over him, and then after it was like, nah. And we've picked up like demonic entities that were in there as well. They were like hovering around us, and it's like they were drawn to our relationship. It was like they were preying on us, and it just didn't feel. It wasn't like they were for us. It was like they were trying to. It was weird. I just stopped going, right? But anyway, I say that, I digress, because I went in, right? I went in. If you have experienced anything like that, please let me know. But I went in there. But I have to speak my truth. This is the channel where I feel like you have to be authentic to who you truly are. And I feel like, may I ask, yep, yeah, most deaf. But I basically what I'm saying is that Pacific friend, it's almost as if I felt, what I'm basically saying is, it was okay for her to have another option to go and seek counsel from. That's not the issue. But what I looked into it on an intuitive level, and felt that she was disregarding my advice because of who she deemed me to be. I feel like she deemed me and my advice to be, what's the right word? I feel like she didn't appreciate it, because I feel like she looked down on me, personally. That's how I felt. She looked down on me. I'm not saying maybe because of my beliefs. I don't know why, but that's what I felt. That's what I felt was coming from her. And I felt because I was giving her advice that she wouldn't get from these church people. I'm just going to be real. Because for me personally, and it's no disrespect, I've been around these type of people. They're very left-brained. It's this way and that way. If you got a problem, pray to God. God will fix it. That's true, right? But you also have to go to the doctor to get diagnosed of something, isn't it? You can't just, do you understand what I mean? And every issue, oh, just talk to God. No, sometimes people need counseling. Sometimes people need the AA. Sometimes people need guidance. Do you understand? They don't believe in this type of thing with the church I went to. So I feel like the advice I was giving her was outside of the box of what she was used to. And I felt, and this is what I found, most of the people at this church that I was at, they're very emotionally repressed. They're very emotionally repressed. And one of the wives came up to me and was saying to me how her husband she doesn't know what's wrong with him. And these are young people, right? Doesn't know what's wrong with him. Always stays in the room, very moody. And I'm just, I was thinking some devilish thoughts right there, because I was thinking, because they were saying to me and my partner at the time, unfortunately, my partner passed away July last year. But they were saying to me and my partner at the time, because they took us out to meals and stuff, they were trying to lure us into the church, right? And they were saying, oh, God doesn't like if, two people are not married and, sex before marriage. And I'm just thinking to myself, we were engaged to be married anyway. I'm just thinking to myself, boy, if they saw the things we got up to, oh my God, they'll probably try and beat us with the Bible, literally, because we've gone past that stage. Literally, we've gone past that stage. But they were trying to insinuate what we were doing was wrong. We're not going to go to heaven because we are doing things before marriage and stuff like that. But I thought to myself, it's better I find out now than get married and get disappointed, right? I don't know. I don't know what's your take on that. I know I'm going a little bit in, but I feel like you can have that way of being where you may speak your mind and speak your truth, and it could upset the status quo. Some people will be like, oh my days, did he or she really say that? And some people will be like, I'm digging that person. They're speaking their truth. I feel like that's one of the things that makes you one of a kind. But back to this person, I'm going to wrap this up about this individual. I feel that because I had touched upon something that she may have deemed was too eccentric, out of the box, even though it was beneficial for her the months before. I feel as if she may have, like, there was something that awoken within her, like, no, I'm supposed to be a Christian. I'm not supposed to take advice from people that are beneath me, because sometimes these Christians, when I went to this church, I'm not speaking for all, I'm just speaking about the church I went to and the experience I felt. They were welcoming at first, but then when they got to speak, when they were standing on the pulpit, they were very judgmental. I didn't like some of the things that were coming out of their mouths, and I didn't feel comfortable with it, because I'm a person, I embrace all. I treat everyone as an equal. I think everyone should be able to express themselves authentically, organically, as long as they're not hurting other people or themselves, right? And I didn't like it, and my partner didn't like it. But he still wanted to go. He still wanted to see, because again, he enjoyed them praying over him at the end. I was thinking, I don't want them prayers over me, because I don't know what they're chanting over my head, right? Because I was more evolved than he was. We would go to the temple, and I preferred the temple because he was Hindu, right? So we would go to the temple with his mum, and I would enjoy that because it was mainly just like chanting prayers to the gods. It was beautiful, and I felt more spiritually connected in the temple. And I researched like Hinduism, and I spoke to his mum about the gods, and she was telling me like Mondays, I think it's Mataji on Mondays, but she was just telling me things about the gods, and I connected with that more than my own actual religion that I was, I was christened and everything, but I didn't connect to it. Yes, I do believe in Jesus. Yes, I do believe in God, but I feel like we all have, every religion has a dignity that is precious, that is, that's what I believe. But again, what I found with this friend, that's not my friend anymore, I feel like she was in that left-sided brain of her, she was very left-sided in her decision, because it just came abruptly. She told me about an issue that she's been telling me about for like months, and then when I was like, okay, this is a solution, check out this video, it might have a, oh no, I'm gonna go to, I was like, I'm not taking advice off you. Who are you? I'm Christian. I don't need to take advice from you with your mumbo jumbo woo woo stuff. And anyway, I don't even respect you like that. I look down on you. So I'm better than you. So it was more coming from a place of her thinking that she's better than me, and then not wanting to take advice from me. And like I said, everyone, each to their own, everyone has a choice, right? But I just felt it. I saw through the words, and I just felt it. And that's why it's kind of hard sometimes being like a seer and a feeler. And you've got friends and stuff. I tend not to have a lot of friends. I'm quite close to like two sisters, I will say, or three sisters, because sometimes you see things and feel things you don't want to feel, and it's very hurtful. So I feel like with you, you may have come across. I went around the park with that. I'm really sorry, guys, but I have to get to the point sometimes. But I really feel like you could shake up the status quo. You can bring truths. I feel like you could unearth things within people, within people's behavior patterns that may shake them up. And sometimes if they don't want to confront that, and maybe I may have hit home, I may have touched a nerve, and she didn't want to hear this. That's why she behaved like that. But I feel like you, when you're in relationships, like romantic relationships with people, you may tend to force them to transform. And if they're not with it, if they're not down with it, it could be met with resistance. You could be met with resistance from like maybe their family members or their friends that want them to stay stagnant and stuck. Or you could be met with resistance from themselves that are in entrapped in a certain way of thinking, right? And you're coming up against a lot of different things, and you could also tap into like their past life trauma or their family's generational trauma. And it's like, whoa, I just thought that me you were gonna just like be in a relationship and maybe have kids and get married. I didn't think I was gonna, have to deal with like your whole ancestry and try to break generational trauma from your whole, five generations. You have that type of ability. Some people can be an aberration of it, but you can be met with opposition as well. Um, so that card was quite powerful. I also feel, yeah, I touched upon all the fixed signs. Eight of Swords, what makes you one of a kind? I swear I had more. What makes you one of a kind? Yeah, you are very, you know when to cut situations and people off. I feel like you've come to a stage in your life whereby you haven't got any time for BS. Some of you could be in Aquarius, we've got Leo energy here, we've got Scorpio energy, we've got Taurus energy, but I feel like you are not afraid to distance yourself. And I don't feel like it's your distance. I feel like it's an instant cut off, because you may be a person that stays in situations, give people the benefit of the doubt, because you treat people the way you want to be treated. And maybe in the past you may have felt like I said, I feel like some of you have come from a situation whereby sorry if my voice is croaky, right? You may have come from a situation whereby people didn't give you that leg up, people didn't offer you that support. So you have that side where you want to be of service to others, right? Picking up Virgo energy right now, but I feel like you could be a person whereby you always want to help the underdog, because at one stage in your life you were that underdog, and you just feel to yourself, if I had that support when I was younger. You may be established now, or you could be on your way to becoming established, but it does cross your mind that if I had that support that I'm giving to others, or if I had that support that I needed when I was younger, wow. So you are showing up to people in the way that you know that they need. Intuitively, you know that it's like God guides you to certain people, right? And it's like you feel you're doing you're healing your inner child by being of service to others, if that makes sense. You're giving people that support. You're not gatekeeping. You're offering advice. You're leading them to, okay, this can help you, or do you know that this organization can help you, or oh, you want to set up a charity, oh, I know a group that can help you, oh, you want to go to a yoga class. You may be that person that phones, that checks up, or just emails. Have you done it yet? Have you filled out that form? Or have you gone to that seminar? Or you just give free advice, right? Because you know that when you were younger, because I read somewhere, and I even put it up on one of my posts on Instagram. If you want to follow me on Instagram, follow me, Ileasha, ILEASHA ×4 Lily. And I've got the details in the description box, or I should have it after this live. But I put up a post once saying, be the person to someone else that you wish that you had when you were younger. A lot of us didn't have it easy when we were younger, especially if you grew up in the 80s, right? When Margaret Thatcher was ruling. And in the 90s was Pluto and Scorpio energy. That's probably why it was very intense. But I feel like you could I don't know whether you know this consciously or unsubconsciously, you could be helping others, because you may have felt that I didn't have a teacher helping me like that when I was at school. I didn't have a sports coach helping me like that. I didn't have enough money to get extracurricular activities. So you could be making sure your children do extracurricular activities, extra maths, extra English, extra science, whatever the case is. Or you could be a teacher at school, you know. I didn't have that support. I didn't have anyone to talk to, you know, so you could be that friend, you could be that sibling, you could be that auntie, that uncle, that grandparent, whatever the case is, you could be that partner, you know, because you may have felt that you was in a relationship before and your partner wasn't attentive, they wasn't affectionate, they wasn't empathetic. So you want to show up to your person in that way if you have a partner right now, and you can see that they have traits that you have, and you feel like, if I was treated in a specific way when I was with a person in the past, things may have flourished. You know, maybe you may have viewed a person in the past as lacking patience. So with a partner right now, you may feel like, okay, maybe I came across this way. Maybe I was closed off, and the people I dated, they didn't have patience to understand me. They left me, or they done this to me, or they done that. They played mind games, or whatever the case. I don't want to trigger anyone. And then you may have come across a friend that's quite closed off. You may have come across, you know, whatever the case is. But you are a person that is no nonsense, right? You are a person. I feel that you're not, just because you're kind hearted, just because, you know, and I'm picking up very mental energy, right? So you can read a situation, you can read the room, you know when someone's trying to play a game with you or run game on you. You're not afraid to cut people off. You're not afraid to speak your truth. If you're in a relationship, you don't like the way your partner's treating you, you would pull them up on it. Like, what are you doing? Like, I saw what you just did. Like, don't think I didn't see you looking at her. Don't think I didn't see you looking at him. Like, don't play them games with me. It may have worked with other chicks or other guys, but it's not going to work with me. You are a person that is not afraid to speak your truth. People have not come up. People have not come up against someone like you before. They could have been so used to, like, being with people that see the disrespect, whether that's in friendship groups as well, and still, oh, I pretend, you know, almost like pretending that they didn't see something, pretending that they didn't see the disrespect. We've all been there before. We try and stuff it down, but you are a person that you're in your power, whereby, that's the thing, you're one of a kind because you're in your power. You know your worth. You're not afraid to cut out BS. You're not afraid to speak your truth. I didn't like that. This could be like in board meetings. This could be at work meetings. This could be at any group, club, or organizations. You know, you hear that. You ring the alarm, right? You bring facts. You bring your receipt. People, you're the type of person that people are like, no, 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 that's the boss. You don't care if it's the boss, because you know you're the boss. You know, you move like a boss. Some of you could be a boss. If you don't like something, you don't care about titles, prestige. Like, you don't care about brackets. That's for other people. You treat people and act accordingly based on their behavior. You call people out. If people are not for you, you'll cut them off. You'll pretend that they don't exist. People are in awe of this, they're intimidated by this, and they wish they could have this power as well. You may have many admirers as well. You may have your pick and choose of who you want to be with. You know, I feel like there's something very magical about you. You could have like ascendant in Pisces. There's something very Piscean about you. You could be a cusp. You could be a Aquarius Pisces cusp for some of you. But there's something very magical about you. Elusive. So on one hand, people may feel like they're very close to you. They know a lot about you. And just like that, poof, you've disappeared. So people may feel as if you are hard to reach, but this is the enigma that they enjoy. Like, they like the fact that, you know, you're very elusive. You don't let people get too close, and some people are trying to work you out. They're trying to understand, oh, you know, I wish I was, there's something different about pal number one. I can't put my finger on it. Like, you're very social, very chatty, etc., but there's something hidden about you. There's a side that you, I feel like we all hide a certain aspect of ourselves as well, but I feel like people see you as very magical, very ethereal. They feel like also that you have gifts and hidden knowledges that they want access to. And I feel like people feel like you can have your pick and choose as to who you want to go out with. You can manifest a partner. If you say you want that person, you're going to get that person. You have a hypnotic way of being, so you're able to put people in some sort of trance. people feel a strong connection to you. And when I say trance, I'm not saying that in a detrimental way. I'm saying that in a sense of when you're very captivating. So when you speak to people, you can hold their attention. You can basically connect with them so that they see your way of thinking. I'm hoping I'm wording this properly. So for instance, you can make people see the very possibilities that are out there. If they're complaining about this one guy, this one girl, whatever the case is, this one situation at work, you're able to make them see other possibilities, like there's other things out there. Like, you make people tap into their own magic. You could be like a motivational speaker. You make people see that there's other options out there. You don't just have to stick to one route. Okay, you want to do something. Okay, did you try this? Did you try that? Remember what I said? You like to empower and encourage others. And people feel like you have many different projects going on. So you could be a motivational speaker. You could work in the office. You could work in a school. You could work, I'm hearing, like a clerk. You could be doing a lot of different jobs, hence why we have the 10 of Wands. You can still hold down being a parent, being a partner, being a friend, you take care of a lot of different things, and you may still have time for your own projects on the side, your side hustles. Okay, so we have 6 of Swords. What makes you one of a kind is that you like to heal yourself, and through healing yourself, you are then able to heal others. You like to lead the way of guiding people through their mental trauma, through their past trauma as well. Again, I'm getting not a gatekeeper. So I feel like you are a person that, whether you are aware of it or not, you heal people by giving your time. People find your communication to be very healing. Maybe it could be your tone, but I feel like the advice that you give, the help, the guidance that you offer is very healing. People do rely on you and do cling to your energy. And it's almost as if, this is part of the role. This is what I signed up for. Some of you could be psychologists, some of you could be counselors, or this is something that maybe you should think about doing, or life coaching. But you are a person that holds a lot of things down. You may look after your parents, you may look after your mother. People do see you as somebody that is a great provider. People find you to be healing and very protective as well. And this is one of the reasons why you're one of a kind. We've got a lot of air energy. You could be a Libra, you could be Aquarius or Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, Mars, or Venus. So you're one of a kind because you know how to. I'm hearing like, yes, you can be left-brained when you need to come up with facts, evidence, and when you need to speak the truth. And then you can be right-brained as well, right? Where you're very emotional, you're very creative. You can tap. I wouldn't say very emotional. I have to word that properly. Where you can tap into your emotions and bring out amazing creative, projects, etc. And again, there's something about you speaking your truth. You have this boss-like way about you, whereby you are a great leader. So people do see you as a leader. People take your words very seriously, because again, people look up to you and they feel like, okay, if my pile number 1 has done it, then it's only, if they're telling me the steps that, and you may not say to people, do this, they might ask you something like, how do I do this? And you may say, well, when I was trying to, become like a practitioner or a doctor, or when I was trying to become a lawyer, or when I'm hearing great argument, yeah, great communicator. Some of you could be a lawyer, some of you could be a qualified lawyer, but you may not be practicing. But people may want to know how they can do like a hobby or a job, and you could just say like, okay, when I was trying to make it as, let's say a lawyer, right? This is the steps that I took. I was studying for this amount of time. I was doing this for this amount of time. I was doing this training or whatever the case is. The person who you're speaking to may not want to become a lawyer. They may want to become, let's say they may want to become an accountant, or they may want to become a teacher, but they will use your strategies and implement them and then become successful. Again, you're not a gatekeeper. So even though they don't want to go after the same roles that you have gone for and have become successful in, or maybe you decided that you didn't want to go forth with that qualification, they are still using your strategies, and it's proven to be very beneficial for their journey. So people always think, if pile number 1 done this, then I'm going to use that same strategy, and it's not going to work exactly the same way it worked for you, because it could be a different role. But they take your words very seriously because they see you, as someone that's very intelligent, someone that is an effective communicator, someone that is ambitious. I'm hearing highly ambitious as well. So people see you as a leader. People look up to you as well. I'm going to come back to that Queen of Swords, Queen of Pentacles. Yeah, I feel like you're very established as well. I'm also hearing like you're self-made. So you're one of a kind because you're self-made. Some of you could be lawyers. And I feel that you accumulated your worth and what you have. And Spirit is saying you're going to gain more abundance. But you accumulated what you have because of your self-belief, because of your determination, because of, you know, you not having that lack mindset, because you going out there, because of you utilizing your goals and, because of you utilizing your skills, your talents, and going after your goals and not stopping. Something about you, I'm hearing that Sia song, I'm unstoppable, like you not giving up. When people may have said to you, oh, it's never going to happen for you, people saw you struggling. People saw you at the bottom, and some people didn't help you, right? There were gatekeepers that were around you, and you use that as fuel. And this is what makes you one of a kind. And what can happen sometimes, power number one, is that sometimes people could try and make it. I've seen this happen as well. I don't know if you've seen it happen. If you have, please comment below. But sometimes people could try and make it in a certain area of work, right? And when they were coming up, they had many gatekeepers, doors being shut in their face, etc. And then what then happens is that they take on those gatekeepers' energy. So when they do finally get into a position of power, they become the gatekeeper. And they don't know that they embody in the same energy, but they become so accustomed to people gatekeeping them. And normally, wouldn't it be the other way around? If you were in that situation, wouldn't you want to help others? And I feel with you, part number one, you're the one that wants to help others. But some people, I've seen this happen. They become the gatekeeper. They, are in that lack mentality. And this could be the thing. It could be tying up. Gatekeepers could try and want to gatekeep you, but you keep making new lanes for yourself. You could be trying to get yourself into an industry, or you could be trying to get advice and help. And there's people that you may know that could help you, but they choose not to. So then what do? You make a lane for yourself. You create your own lane. And these gatekeepers are in awe. They want you to be in need of them, but you create your own lane because you are a trendsetter. This is why you're one of a kind. People can't box you in. And people are learning that. Those that wanted to try and gatekeep you are now learning that they can't box you in. They can't keep you trapped and stuck because you're always going to come up with original and inventive ideas, right? So you may have people in awe thinking, what are you going to do next? I'm hearing for some of you, you may have had a child and you may be a parent, and people may have thought, okay, that's going to be, she's finished now. Okay, that's it. My time to shine. And then you come out, whilst you're at home with the child, you come out with a business idea, or you're selling cupcakes, or you're doing something. You're always on to the next thing, right? And I feel like some people that have gatekept you, maybe in the past, they're in awe of you, and these same people want your help. And knowing you may even try and help them. So you may get a lot of people trying to compete with you as well, but not being able to keep up with you because you're always on to the next thing. Remember, you got that original mind. You could have Pisces in your chart where, you are very creative, right? You could have a moon in Pisces or Mercury in Pisces where you're very creative. So when they thought that they caught up with you, or they thought that they're going to block you in some way, you've already come up with something else. And they have to play catch up, right? So I feel like, back to the point, you are a person whereby people take your words very seriously because they take you seriously, whether they want to admit it or not, right? And people may have seen you struggle as well. So they're in awe of this. They may be thinking, like, if I was in power one situation, I would not have been able to overcome what they've overcome. Kudos to power number one. Okay, so why are you one of a kind? Power number one, we've got the Seven of Wands. Again, you're very protective of your energy. There's a lot of people that want to be around you. There's a lot of people that want to access you, but you're very selective as to who you allow around you. The Eight of Swords. You don't want no one disturbing your peace and bringing drama and chaos into your life. People want to learn this from you as well, because some people could be so accustomed to just connecting with any and everyone so that they don't be so that they're not alone. They don't want to talk. Why? Mercury in retrograde, so that they're not alone. But sometimes you can be around a lot of people and still feel alone. And whoever these individuals are, they just want to access your energy. It's almost as if they want to learn you. You are a person, I feel, that has the abilities to break through mental. You've been through a lot, like I said, we go back to the first card. We've all been through one or two things, but I feel like you've with the 10 of Wands, like this person's carrying a lot. Like I feel like you're carrying like things maybe, or I feel like you've been, because I feel like you've broken free from, and this is due to your mental strength. People may have tried to throw a lot of ish on you, project onto you. You're dealing with traumas from the past. You're dealing with maybe your parents' traumas and, school and college. And you were able to break through and break free from those mental shackles that were bound, keeping you bounded. And this is why I feel like you are one of a kind, because people are thinking, how did they do it? How did they do it? They were doing this, they were working, they were looking after their mom, they were looking after their dad, they were looking after their grandparent, they were working 3 jobs, they were studying at school, they didn't have a lot of money, they had to scrimp and save, they had to do, they had to work from the bottom of the organization they work, now they're business owners, or, people are in awe. Oh, their father, their child left them, the mother of their child left them, they got divorced, they were, abandoned, and they became successful. So people are in awe of you. They want to learn from you. Do you understand? And I feel like with the 8 of Swords, yes, you go through your trials and tribulations, but you have the ability and the capacity to free yourself from these trials and tribulations. It's almost as if you analyze your situation first. And then you think, what can I do? Why do I think I can't do it? Some of you may write these things down, or some of you may actually analyze and talk to yourself. If you're in a situation, right? Why do I feel this way? How can I make myself feel better? Okay, this is the steps I'm going to take to get to this place. You talk yourself out of a situation. Okay, that person does not make me feel good. Why do I feel funny when I'm around that person? That person keeps pointing out my past. Okay, I'm going to cut that person off. Remember, Ace of Swords. Sorry, yeah, we've got Ace of Swords as well. You are no one's fool. And people know that when they come to you, they got to come correct. I feel like you're highly intelligent. You could be attracted to people that are very intelligent as well. Like, looks don't really phase you. Looks don't really phase you. And you could attract a lot of intelligent types. Like, you could attract a lot of lawyers, a lot of bankers, a lot of, like, architects, like, these type of people. A lot of, like, visionaries as well. I know I'm hearing producers and photographers. People may see you as their muse or something, but you attract a lot of highly articulate people, because people see you as very attractive and intelligent, and they find your intelligence to be very attractive, and you give them a new perspective and a new way of thinking and a new way of being as well. And I feel like, again, you are a person that is able to break free from mental chambers that kept you bounded. You may go into hibernation mode, you may be very protective of your energy, but whilst you're in that protection mode, you are cutting free from all those shackles. And when someone's trying to project onto you. And you have this ability whereby you don't let people's, you have this ability whereby you're able to help people with their anxiety. I once heard from someone that everyone in this world has anxiety. Everyone in this world has depression, whether that's true or not. But I feel like, we've all been through something that's left an imprint on our souls that, will change us, right? But it's what we do with that change. Do we use that change for the good or the bad? And if everyone does have anxiety and depression, right, I'm not putting it out there, I'm just saying, like, if everyone does, or everyone has experienced that before in life, right? We have choices, and you can choose to evolve from it and help others and teach them this is how you can free yourself from this way of thinking. Or you can choose to sit in it and then blame the world. So I rephrase that. I feel like everyone's experienced it, and people have learned to live with it and use tools that they can, because I remember when I was proper young, I was like, oh God. But anyway, I feel like you have to teach yourself strategies, and I feel like you have taught yourself strategies to access, peace for yourself, and you do not allow anyone to disturb your peace. If anyone comes to you and they are experiencing certain situations that is making them uncomfortable in their daily life, right? I feel like you are able to allow them to access their inner peace, and how they can, you allow them to you know, journey their way through getting to that inner peace. And you have an ability to not allow outsiders to affect your inner world. You have a very zen-like quality. Your peace is very important to you. So you're not going to just align with any and everyone. This is why people find you to be an enigma. Like, on one hand, you're very social, very likable, etc. Then on another hand, it's like, I can't get closer, because you're able to read people. You know when someone's coming with drama, and you're not for that, right? Um, you're very highly intelligent. You're able to bring clarity to situations that may have kept you mentally bounded as well, and you're able to break free from these um, mental entrapments as well. It may come at a time, after a time, but you're able to break free. And that's the thing. Once you have gained clarity of a person, of a situation, you are never the same again. Maybe with that person, especially if they've brought drama into your life, or chaos or madness, or tried to play mind games with you. And you could also play mind games if you wanted to, but you choose to stick on the right side of life. You know, you don't use your gift for the bad, because with your intelligence and your way of thinking and being, you have the ability to mentally destroy others. I feel like you are an effective communicator anyway. I've said that before. People don't want to dare try and come up against you in an argument. Again, you have a mind of a lawyer as well, right? You could have like a Mercury in Taurus. You could have a Mercury in like Aquarius as well. Like, you speak facts. You speak facts. Sometimes you can speak in riddles, but you're still bringing facts. People don't want to argue with you, because you'll just you'll just destroy them, verbally destroy them. Um, yeah, we got the Devil card and the Six of Pentacles. Yeah. Why are you one of a kind? You are one of a kind because I don't want to show this. I don't even know if I'm allowed to show that. With the Devil card, I feel like you could be very charitable. I'm not saying the Devil card represents being charitable. You could help people free themselves from addictions as well. You may find that, or you could work as a counselor that helps people, that frees themselves from addictions. This is why we have Ace of Swords. You have helped people to heal, and you have maybe connected that to the fact of them having these addictions stems from like past childhood traumas, and them trying to suppress these, traumas that they keep thinking about, or maybe obsessively thinking about. And you may have gotten to the root, whether you are a drug and alcohol therapist or not. You have a way to make people get to the root as to why they do certain things, and this doesn't just have to be addictions, but you have the ability, I feel, to get to the root cause of why people act the way that they do, because you've done these things for yourself. You have gotten to the root cause. Okay, why am I like this? Okay, why do I keep attracting these types of guys? Why do I keep attracting these types of girls? And then you bring forth these truths to other people. You want to help heal others. Some of you should definitely go into counseling or psychology. Some of you definitely should go into it, right? If you're not one already, right? But I feel like Mercury in Gemini. It's Gemini. I don't know. Never. I have. Some of you should definitely go into that, because I feel like you're able to bring truth to others, to make them understand why they're acting the way that they are. Some of you could be like a psychodynamic therapist. Psychodynamic therapists go into one's past, and to bring forth why things are occurring in their life, or why they're acting the way they are in the now, right? That could be a thought for some of you. But I feel like you could be a therapist. You could help people break free from addictions, or maybe toxic patterns of maybe dating the same people, or maybe obsessive ways of thinking about a situation, having that sort of lack mentality. You are able to help people empower themselves as well. And I feel like whether it's a friendship or a relationship, once you are no longer in connections with these individuals, they do look back, whether they say it or not. They do think, you know what, my part number one, they did help heal me. They were part of my healing process. Whether you were, a small part or a huge part, they always look back and think, yeah, they did actually help. I feel also why you are one of a kind. For some of you, I don't want to trigger you. Maybe you had an addiction that people may have felt that you would never break free from, that you would never get out of, and you were able to heal yourself. Maybe one day you just thought, you know what, I'm not doing this anymore. I'm not doing this anymore. Maybe you could have been, I don't want to trigger anyone, so I don't want to tap into what the addictions were, but you, maybe people doubted you and felt that, you're never gonna, you know, you're never going to make it because of this addiction. And some people, again, go back to those gatekeepers, part number one. Some people knew that you was in this energy, and instead of offering support, instead of offering that olive branch and saying, look here, let me help you, like, what do you need? You need to talk to someone. And sometimes when people are in these situations, they just need someone to listen. They just need someone to listen. I'm not saying listening's going to cure the whole thing, but if once someone listens, they're able to now bring forth the issues that were before them, and that pent up emotion. Because when you have all these emotions stuffed down, like, it can create like ailments. It can create like, you just don't feel good because you have no one to express it to. And this is why I feel some of you should be counselors or psychologists, or at least start studying it, right? Because you have that way of thinking, and people come to you with their issues and their problem or problems. And I feel like you, obviously, yes, you have to be in self-protective mode to protect your energy, because you can't just keep taking on people's stuff, right? You have your own stuff as well that you need to unpack, and you are not afraid to unpack your stuff. You are not afraid to speak your truth and speak about your experiences. Again, some of you have gone through it and you were able to speak about it. You went through it and there was no one there to help you. For some of you, people were there to help you, and they're in admiration of how you overcame these addictions, these traumas, and that's why you're able to help others who are going through the same thing, right? I also feel, thank you for joining my membership channel. And guys, if just to let you know, I do have a membership channel. So if you want to go over to the membership channel after this reading, of course, then please go over to the membership channel. It's only £1 a month. I don't know what that is in US dollars. You can see my maths ain't like the best, but yeah. So if you want to go over there, please feel free to. And also follow me on Instagram, ILEASHA times 4 bracket Lily. I don't really show my face on YouTube. I might start doing it later. I don't really know. I just want it to be about the cards. So if you want to see the face behind the voice, then go to my YouTube and follow me on TikTok, right? As well. All that information is in like the description box below on my other videos. But anyway, back to the point, guys. Thank you so much, King Math. Yes, thank you so much, King. I really, really appreciate it, and I hope I'm saying your name right. But I just feel like I'm hearing give the keys to the streets. You are able to help others to heal themselves. And this doesn't necessarily have to mean just like addictions. For some of you, you may have helped someone with a gambling addiction. This is what I'm seeing here, right? I feel like for some of you, you have that way to make people feel as if they should respect themselves more. They should start investing in themselves, because you also may have had a way about you whereby you were always giving, and not giving to yourself. And people grew accustomed of this, and some people utilize this aspect of your personality to their benefit and to your detriment, right? And you brought your energy back, 7 of Wands, cut these people off or analyze the situation, realize that these people were taking a mick out of you. We've all been there, right? When you're a giver, this can happen. You can attract the narcissistic people or very selfish people that are on a low level, right? And then you taught people that they cannot rely on you anymore. They have to rely on self. And I feel like for some of you, you could have been spending your money on things that weren't beneficial for you, that weren't for your higher good. And you may have cut this trait out, and these traits may have been toxic. And you may have felt, you know what, I'm going to start giving to myself. Maybe you could have been in a self-reliant energy in the past, where you're just relying on others to bail you out, to help you, to this, to that, or whatever. And I'm also picking up that one of the reasons why you're one of a kind is because there's something about boss or a father figure or a feminine and a masculine energy. You were able to flip the script on this person. This could be an ex-partner. You could have been dealing with someone that was very narcissistic. You could have been dealing with someone that just thought that they can, because I swear this one, he's holding like a puppet. You could have been dealing with someone that was like a puppet master, that thought that they had you under control, that thought that they had you on lock, that thought that, you know, what they say goes, all the rest of it, right? Whoever this person is, I feel as if you flipped the script on them, because because of their behavior, you became very powerful, right? But the thing is, you didn't use your power for the bad. You shone a light and showed a mirror to this individual. Let's see. Showed a mirror, Eight of Swords, to this person of who they really were, by you being stoic, by you standing in your power, but showing just because you have power doesn't mean you have to use it for the bad. Because this person may have been in a position of power. There may have been a high authority figure. I'm hearing something about past life, right? There may have been like a father figure, or, you know, a feminine trapped in their masculine, thinking that to be masculine, to be strong, you have to be a toxic masculine. You may have dealt with people like that. You could be dealing with people like that. And you could be in a very powerful position, or you have a lot of stoic energy, right? But you're not using it for the bad. You're using it for the good. And it's making this person quake in their boots, thinking, oh, but I thought that being powerful was to bully. No, 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 darling. No. Being powerful means to have compassion for self and compassion for others, knowing when to use your power and knowing when to, you know, minimize it. That's what being powerful is, having control of your power and not abusing it. And I feel like there's something that you may have done. The tables have turned. I'm hearing Foxy Brown, what the tables will turn. You may want to go and listen to that track. There's something that you've done, but I feel it's more so the universe has created a situation. You are people's karma. You are walking karma. If people didn't know before, they know now that if they come up against you, it doesn't end well. Okay? It doesn't end well. People are gaining that clarity now. This is what makes you one of a kind. I don't feel everyone's got that power, though. I don't feel everyone's got that. I feel like certain people have that power, you know? And this person, whoever this person is, they're facing karma now for coming up against you. And this person may need your help. They may, because look, even in the devil card, look, he's got his hands out. But this person is a trap. This person doesn't know any way of thinking. This is the only way of thinking this person knows. But this person is being served. And they're connecting it back to you. They're connecting it back to, oh, because I treat my power number one bad or something. This is what makes you one of a kind. Whenever you leave a situation, a place, a person, a thing, whatever the case is, a relationship, a business, a connection, a family, whatever, people get served and they want your help. They want you back. It's what makes you one of a kind. When they have you, they don't appreciate you. When you're gone, they're yearning, they're obsessed with your energy. They find your energy to be healing. But when they have your energy, they don't know how to appreciate the energy. You know, and they will give. But I feel like with these individuals that I'm connecting with, could be a Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, Mars, or Venus, right? Or you could be of those sign, or that sign. I feel like with these individuals, that once they if you were to come back into their life, what will happen is they'll still be up to their old tricks anyway. So they're better off being left out. I feel like you've cut these people off. You have the ability to leave people feeling mentally entrapped. So people feel like they should not come up against you, because you have the ability to even if you're just living your life. Because I'm looking at the Eight of Cups in my deck, right? Even if you're just going your own way, not even thinking about these people, bad things start to happen to these individuals when they link it back to you. So they feel like they have to make a truce with you. They have to apologize to you so that the karma can stop. So they do link it to you being part of their karma, or have to be nice to them so that this bad thing that's happening, no, it doesn't work like that. That's between them and your spirit guides. Nothing to do with you. Okay, so it's kind of to do with you, but really nothing to do with you. They shouldn't have done whatever they done in the past, so they wouldn't have to be dealing with your spirit guides and the universe, right? And your ancestors. So let's see. Why are you one of a kind? Yeah, people could fear you. People could fear you. That's why you're one of a kind. People may fear you. They fear your power, and they don't want to get on the wrong side of you. But you do treat people accordingly, and you do act accordingly, you know, and you do hold a mirror, especially towards narcissistic people as well. Narcissistic people are fearful of you because you can see right through them as well. And you believe in whatever you put in, you get out. So you believe in fairness and justice as well, Libra energy. Right? So we got the Six of Swords. Again, Six of Swords again. So this is about healing. So you're not afraid to heal through past hurts, past traumas, generational traumas as well. You're not afraid to dig deep, right? You're not afraid to actually do the work. You hear that saying all the time, do the work, do the work. But the thing is, doing the work is really beneficial, and it could be draining. And I feel like when you go into your zone, that's when you're doing the work. You do your own inner healing. You access, you're able to access parts of yourself that you couldn't necessarily access when you were overworking. And I feel like for some of you, you may have been like an overworker, overachiever, and then you may have looked around and thought, but for who is this for though? Like, what am I doing this for? And, this is one of the addictions that you have. You may have been an overworker, right? But you may have just been overworking to appease others, to maybe look good in society. Then it was like, no, I need to take care of my emotional and mental well-being. I need to actually enjoy what I'm working for. I'm making all this money, but what am I actually using it for? I'm just giving it to other people. And that's fine to be charitable, but you may have broken free from this actual addiction. You could help people that are in this energy to know their worth, because maybe they associate, I should say, sorry, giving. It's good to have a balance. Remember, Libra energy, the scales, right? They may have thought, oh, if I don't give, that means I'm selfish. I'm going to get calm. No, you are able to help people to find their own value, and to find that you can treat yourself. It's okay to be nice to yourself. Where did this thought come from about you have to give everything away? Who are you actually working for? Why don't you feel the need to enjoy your own money? I've been through that situation as well, like feeling guilty sometimes. This is like before I was really working on myself, but it's like, no, has to be a balance. Like, why should I feel guilty for wanting to get my nails done? Like, why do I feel guilty for wanting to get that dress for myself? Like, you have to have the conversations with you, and because maybe you've had those conversations with yourself, it boils down to your own self-worth and how you view yourself and whether or not you feel like you're deserving. And then it's linked back to who made me feel less than, and then you go back to that, and then you heal that, and it all comes full circle. So I feel like you could have the ability to analyze, get to the root cause of situations, to bring them forth, to transmute them, to get rid of them, and then to evolve. Okay, so that's why you're one of a kind. Seven of Pentacles. Yes, you have the ability to plant many seeds and see these seeds, grow and turn into fruition. Okay, so I feel as if with the Seven of Pentacles, you are able to empower others, is what I'm picking up. You have that ability to bring forth ideas to others, like you awaken others to ideas. Like, have you thought about this? Remember what I mentioned before, right? Have you thought about this? Or you could be like a mentor to others. You could help people with their projects as well. Some of you could be like a project manager. You are a good colleague to work with as well. You're very inspiring. You're very helpful. You don't treat people less than you, is what I'm picking up. You want everybody to be on the same level. You treat people, and you could be very romantic as well. I want to go back to that Seven of Pentacles. You like to watch people flourish and grow. You love to see people doing well. You want everyone to win. That's why you're one of a kind. You could be a great parent. You can be a great family member. Like when you come to the parties, everyone's like, oh, is part number one going to come with those coffee cakes? Or is part number one going to come with their vibes? You could be that cousin or that auntie or that parent that's always playing with the children, board games, making arts and crafts, baking cupcakes. You could be that type of family member. Always checking on grandma and grandpa to see if they're okay, bringing food. You are that type of person. Like, you bring the vibes. You're very carefree. You're very childlike. You're very friendly. You always encourage the family to have get-togethers. You may always encourage the family, oh, guys, let's have movie night. Or, you make, like, different, I don't know what it's called. You have like it's your idea. You have a lot of ideas just to bring the family. I'm hearing like cookouts if you're American. Like, it's always your idea. Or we should have that party. Or why don't we do this for granddad? Or why don't we do this for grandma? Why don't we do this for? It's always your idea. Some people forget about that though. But you like to bring people together. Even if people are not your family, you like to bring people together. Yeah? You have the Knight of Pentacles as well. Knight of Pentacles. Yeah, you believe in creating a legacy, and you make other people focus on, you know, what they want to be remembered for. Like, you could be that person to, like, say to people, like, focus on building your future in the now, so that you're, you know, obviously focus on the now, which is mindfulness, but, you know, do in the now so that your future self. I wrote a quote on Instagram. If you want to see my quotes, please follow me on Instagram. It's ILEASHA. I keep plugging it ×4. But you could be, I wrote a post and it was basically saying, do what you need to do. It's something like, do what you need to do in the now so that your future self will be proud of you. So you could inspire others. I feel like you're very inspiring, or you've shown people, whether you say it or not, you show people that, you know, you can achieve whatever you want to achieve, wherever you come from, whether your background, you can still achieve, whether you're saying it or you're doing it by action. And I feel like you take your job very seriously, you take your role very seriously, whether or not you are a parent, whether or not you are like a mentor, whether or not you are, you know, someone's daughter, someone's son. You take your role very seriously. If you are someone's cousin, auntie, uncle, you know, you believe in leaving a legacy. That's the right word. And you may inspire others to think about what legacy they want to leave. Do you want your family to continue to struggle, like if your family came from a struggling background, or do you want to be the person to break that generational curse? You know, this is what you can do about it. You know, do you want to, you know, you're that type of person. You lead by example as well. And I feel like you're very loyal, you're very hardworking as well. And we've got the Justice card here. And I feel like you believe, again, in fairness and balance and equality. So you stick up for the underdog, I feel, and you go towards maybe friendships, relationships, and it's not like it's a subconscious thing. You just connect with who you connect with on a emotional and, you know, intuitive level. You don't look at, you know, races. You don't look at their background or their religion. You just go towards people who resonate with the light. You go towards people who want to abide by the rules and regulations of life. Not to say that you've never done anything bad in your life, no, but generally you believe in just treating people fair and kindly and treating people like a human being. That's all it is. That's all it is to it, right? You don't like injustice, and you know, we all have light and shadow sides, but you choose to stay in the light, right? You're not afraid to call people out on their BS. And you know, it may have taken you a long time to get to that point to be able to speak your truth. And you're going to, you could be an advocate, you could be an advocate for the, you know, people that feel that they can't speak their truth. You know, I'm hearing feminists for some of you. You believe in equality. Why should it just be for this group of people, and why not us? You know, why are we looked down upon? Why are you not being invested? Why are we not being invested? And back to the point of what I mentioned, you could eventually become into a position of power that was for a specific, and I feel like you could, I'm hearing like you could eventually become in a position of power that is mainly for, or back in the day, right? But things are changing now. We're in the age of Aquarius. That was mainly for a specific sex. Am I allowed to say that this time, guys? I don't know. But yeah, so you are going to be in a position that was mainly for a specific gender. But you're going to take over the whole thing, right? See, the paddle came out, right? You're going to take over the whole thing, right? And back in the days, it was mainly for a specific gender. But you're going to make you being in that role the new way of being, right? Because you believe in equality. It doesn't matter if I belong to this gender. I like that. I'm going to do that, and I'm going to create a new path while doing that, so that other people like me can also create their own path and come down this path with me. I wrote a quote on Pluto in Aquarius. I said, Pluto in Aquarius is not just about, you know, creating own lanes for ourselves. It's about stepping outside the box and creating lanes that other people can master and walk down alongside with us. It's about bringing everyone in, basically, and raising the vibration of the universe and embracing different quirks and unique, original traits and qualities and ideas, and, bringing them forth to the masses. Those, thoughts, ideas that were laughed upon, that were frowned upon. Oh, you can't do that because you shouldn't do that because that's old school. You are the new wave, right? You believe in fairness. You believe in keeping a balance. It's not one room for you and another room for other people. We can all do this thing because ultimately we're all living this experience, which is called life. So why don't we try and enjoy this experience together? Why does people have to live like that and others have to live this way? Why can't we all gain access to how we could all live harmoniously? That's your way of thinking. And that's why you're always going to win. And that's why you're one of a kind. We have 9 of Cups. So you are a master manifester. And you do things that other people can only dream of. But by you doing these things, you're able to show people, look, you can do it too. If I can do it, you can do it too. Look, I'll show you how to do it. Whether or not these people, like, people are going to be like that ex-friend I had, that's up to them. But what then happens is they then see you, they then see that your manifestations materialize, and then they think, I should have listened to my power number 1. But by then it's too late, because you're in another, it's like you've done a quantum leap. You're in another time frame. You can't even connect with these people anymore, because when they were supposed to jump on the boat and get on the boat, they were too busy on the shore, and ahhing. So then they got left behind. They get left behind. And then some of them may want to talk about, oh, part number 1, they didn't help me. But when I was giving you the help, you were frowning upon me and looking down on me. I was giving you the keys to the street to show you how you could, access and one of the ways to access this type of way of being is breaking free from limitations that keep you bounded. But you didn't want to hear that. You want to stay stuck and trapped in an old way of being. And then when I was trying to show you how to break free from that, you were getting upset with me because you still wanted to align with other people that is just as stuck and trapped as you are, to keep you in that low vibrational way of thinking. But because I'm trying to show you something new, you're getting angry with me, thinking, who do I think I am? Okay, you stay there with the stuck and trapped people. I'm going over here with the people that are mentally free. That's what the situation is with you, I feel. And with the Knight of Cups, I feel like you get many admirers, many suitors. You may have a suitor right now. You could be in a relationship with someone right now. But there's people that feel very drawn to your energy. People want to take you out on a date. You're very attractive as well. And people just feel like you're very, like, down to earth, intelligent, very seductive. You could be very exotic looking to the people that you are attracted to, or vice versa. People find you to be very sensual as well. People find your sensual imprint to be original. They've never come across this type of feeling that they feel for you before. It's very seductive, but it's like it has its own unique imprint as well. It's like you're not overtly sexual, but you still carry a strong sexual energy. Yeah, 5 of Swords. Yeah, those people that have tried to outsmart you, they are very confused about you. They don't understand how they cannot compete with you with the 5 of Swords, or outsmart you. See how he's scratching his head? I'm hearing you beat all adversaries as well. And the thing is as well, you are people find you to be one of a kind, because some people feel like if they had your abilities, if they had your magnetism, they will use it for the bad. They will gain, all this abundance. They will gain all the love interest, and, but they're just trying to work out, like, why are you not, like, basically, if they were in your shoes, like, they wouldn't use it for the good, innit? But they're just thinking, you're just too good to be true. Like, you got a kind heart. You're not a bad soul, because they could be used to people that are in their shadows as well all the time. And we do connect with people that are in their shadow, but they just feel like, A, they kind of outsmart you, and B, they don't understand how you just want to stay on the right track, which is the good thing to do, right? So we all also have impossible things, working through disbelief, imaginative leaps, and I did mention that. I mentioned quantum leaps, and working through with the Ace of Swords, right? So you're able to work through, and these are different cards I'm using, working through, like, past traumas and other people's past trauma as well, and taking a leap. Like, you're able to free people mentally to get out of that mindset so that they can go into another mindset to achieve things that they want to achieve. Maybe you could have a friend or somebody or a cousin or a sister that's always dating certain men or something, and you may feel like, have you tried like dating outside your race, or have you tried like maybe dating, like maybe stop dating bankers and maybe try dating like an athlete, or just say like not like a celebrity athlete, but like someone that's like does hobbies on the side, but they got like a day job, like a 9 to 5. But have you tried dating like someone that works in a library, or have you tried dating a truck driver, or because you could have someone that says, oh, I'm always busy, and every time I date someone, they're always complaining that I'm always on the road. I want someone that's as busy as me. Or have you tried dating a truck driver? Have you tried dating an air hostess? Or do you know what I mean? You give people a way of thinking instead of staying stuck in a situation and complaining about it. And you always evolve. You always transform yourself, right? And we have number 34. Some of you could be the age 34, or some of you could be a Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, Mars, or Venus. You are able to bring your fantasy into make-believe, right? Because Pisces rules dreams, illusions, and Pisces is the ruler of Hollywood, and Hollywood is being shattered at the moment. Saturn's there. Saturn's the planet of restriction, so it's shattering our illusions or what we had about Hollywood. Because I know when I was younger, everyone was like, I want to go to America, I want to go to America. Because you read the Right On magazines, you see Salt and Pepper. Biggie said it in his song, Salt and Pepper, hanging out in their limousines, heavy D on the wall. You see all of that. I used to have beer posters in my room when I was little, me and my sister. SWV. I just thought, if I get to America, I can work with these people, because I want to be a singer. I can work with these people. But it's all a facade, right? We don't know what's going on behind the scenes, right? It's not as glitz and glamoury as I'm saying, basically. There's a lot of practicing that goes into it, and obviously, I'm sure you guys are aware of what's going on in the news, but it's more to that. But you just see the glitz and glamour. You just see them looking good on the photo shoot. You don't know about the journey to the photo shoot. They had to get up in the morning. After the photo shoot, they probably got to do radio interviews, about 20 in different states. Like, we just see what we want to see when we're younger, right? Because it's sold to us in that way. But I feel like you're able to bring dreams and illusions and make believe to people's life. You're able, when people connect with you, they feel like whether they connect with you, I feel some of you should be social media influencers. I feel like some of you are, but I feel as if you have a way about you whereby you're able to, even if it's a friend, if you're having a coffee or if you're dating someone, you're able to show like this different way of life. Like, look, this is how I live my life, and like, this is what it is. And they're like, huh? Because they could be so used to a certain way of being, like they didn't know that this type of lifestyle that you're living even existed. Look at the unicorn. You give like unicorn fairy vibes. You understand what I mean? This is why you're one of a kind, because you're magical. You make people believe and make believe things that they only thought could be on the TV or in fairy tales. You bring it forth like, no, you can have this life, but this is what you need to do first. You got to do the work, right? It's always tea time. Eternity, endless moments, repetition. 26. You're able to help people. You show people it doesn't just have to be about repetition. Get up, go to work, go home, eat, shower, sleep. Get up, go to work. No. What about the in-betweens? What about when you have holidays? Like, come on, bring some magic into your life. You bring magic, inspiration. You remind people of getting in touch with their inner child. You remind people of, look, you can do this, and like, why don't you do this? And yeah, let's do a painting. Let's do a painting course. Let's go to the museum, the art gallery. You bring light into people's life. Let's go to the fun fair. Come on, let's go to the fun fair. When's the last time you kicked a ball? When's the last time you hit a ball? You bring that aspect back into people's life. I don't think you realize it, right? And there's something about you having tea, or maybe you make amazing tea. Maybe eternity, endless moments, repetition as well. Like, you break people free from, old patterns, old way of being, because people are stuck in these old way of being, and they're still complaining about it, but they don't know how to free themselves. And here comes you with your glitter, with your positivity, and then you get to the dark side as well, because you have got a dark side. You get to that side where you're like, it wasn't easy. I wasn't always sunshine and roses. This is what happened to me. This is how I came out of it, right? So you show people the truth of who you are, and it makes them feel like if you can do it, they can do it. Nature communication, flower energies, fairy energies, elemental messengers. I said that you got fairy energy. You're very magical, and I feel like you're here one day, gone the minute. You could be into mermaids as well. I'm into mermaids. This ain't about me. It's about you guys, right? But you could be the age 37, 7, 8, 9, 10. You could be an Aries, Sun, rising Mars, or Venus. But you, like, even if like you give off like fairy, Yeah, because Aries are very fast. They're good athletes, especially if you've got like an Aries moon or a Mars in Aries. Uh, but they're very quick. So I feel like you could be like, you can like sprinkle a dose of magic in people's life, and then you're gone. You could have like a different color here. You could have like purple here. You could maybe wear like, you could have like blue eyes for some of you. You may like the color purple. That film could be of importance to you. Maybe you've overcome a lot. And again, you could have been dealing with someone that was very domineering and a bully. You could feel more at peace in nature. You could be good at making, creating beautiful pictures. You could also, I feel, you may like to plant flowers. You make great flowers, or you may like to make your own fruit and vegetables. Fairy energies, yeah, you could be connected to fairies as well. And you are connected to flowers, especially like purple flowers, pink flowers, is what I'm picking up. I'm also hearing like you have thorns as well. So anyone comes across you, they know what time it is. You could have like big, expressive eyes as well. Little lips, little nose. I don't know. Like there's something like you could have like a heart-shaped face as well. Dewy skin. I don't know, but you have a different look as well. Some people may feel like you're not from this world. You're otherworldly. You're of magic is what I'm hearing. We have belong to your own dream, create your own life, 32. Some of you could be of the age 32, some of you could be a Gemini. And I feel like you're always in your mind and you're always manifesting. You are a master manifester. If this was a tarot card, I'll say it's magician. Or six of, yeah. I feel like you are a master manifester. You are a person that manifests and you're able to show people, and your manifestations may come through dreams, or you could have like prophetic dreams as well of what to do and what not to do, who to stay away from. Things could appear to you in your dreams as well. And I feel like you get downloads. We get downloads in different ways. Like when I go for walks, I get downloads of what I should do, etc. Right? And I feel as if with you, you are connected to that your dream state in a sense whereby you are loyal to yourself. You're not just loyal to yourself in regards to, you may have a dream journal or you may want to get one, but you are not disloyal to yourself because you get messages through your dreams in regards to what steps to take. And you make sure that everything that you dreamed of when you were younger, you make sure that you try and implement them. It's not going to take, it's not going to happen overnight, but you know that, you have to stay true to your calling, your mission, you have to create your own life, regardless if you came from a certain past or family or friendship group or a community. I feel like maybe for some of you, you come from a community whereby a lot of people didn't go after their goals. They had all these aspirations and dreams and goals, and they didn't go after their goals, or they may have wanted to achieve something, and you may have heard like, people from our area don't make it out, or people from our family, they've never achieved anything, man, or we're always gonna be working these dead jobs, and you might have heard things like that, but you were like, nah, ain't gonna be me. And because you broke free, because you may have always been journaling when you were younger, not realizing that you were manifesting, or some of you may have realized you were manifesting, and you thought, no, I'm going to buy my own property, or buy my own condo, buy my own flat, buy my own car. I'm going to own many properties. I'm going to be a manager. You have written this thing down, and you're creating your own dreams. Let's see. Yeah, why are you one of a kind? These are my channel messages that I may turn into a card or cards. Some people may leave you out and not invite you out with them because they are threatened by you and your like. So you may find that people leave you out of situations, and that's due to their insecurity because you trigger something within them. You have a highly independent mind. You're not a follower, you are a leader, picking up that Libra energy as well, and that Capricorn energy. That Capricorn energy was a little bit toxic. That could have been a toxic person in your life. But I feel like some people may purposely leave you out just to make you feel less than, because they feel that you are very intelligent and you're established, etc. And you're a great conversationalist. So they just feel like if they invite you out, then you may show them up intellectually. People may be drawn to you by your mind, by your ideas, and by your beauty for some of you, or your handsomeness, or whatever it is. And I feel like, yeah, people can get very threatened by you, and they may just talk about the things that they've done after, and you may be thinking, oh, I would have liked to do that, or you might say, oh, how come you did that? Oh, I did. They might convince themselves that they offered to take you out or offered you to come, but they don't want you to do it. And if you've been in these situations, you may feel like, oh, what's wrong with me? There's nothing wrong with you, pile number one. There's everything right with you. This is why these people felt threatened to take you out, because they didn't want you to show them up, because they feel that they cannot stand beside you. You give too many chances to the wrong people because you see the good in others. Yeah, I feel like because of your fairness and balance and the wanting to do the right thing, I feel as if I've been, in these situations before, whereby you're just giving people the benefit of the doubt. And it's because you see the good in others, or you want to see, even if people have shown you the negative side of life and how people can be so dark and cruel and unkind, you just want to give people the benefit of the doubt because you feel like there is a goodness in you. I know there's a goodness in you, because you have compassion for yourself, and you're learning to have compassion for yourself. And that's part of having compassion for yourself, is to learning to have discernment and to back up. I can't change this person. This is them, right? But because you would have wanted someone to be kind and considerate and patient with you, that's why you have patience for others. But sometimes people show you who they are, and when they keep showing you who they are, Maya Angelou, believe them, right? Because it can only lead to your own, mental torment, and sometimes people can see this aspect of you, and if they're not in their high vibration, it's not going to end well, right? And it doesn't end well for them either too, if they were to come for you, especially when you're coming after a good person that just means you well. Like, why would you do that? But some people are just in that energy because they're hurting inside. They have not got an outlet. They project all their unhealed wounds onto you. And they know, oh, they're going to take me back, or they're going to still be my friend. No, that's why I feel like now, or Spirit is saying in the now, have discernment, have boundaries, be protective of your energy, right? And have more compassion for yourself, because when you have more compassion for yourself, you will not allow these type of energies into your life to keep hurting you. Yeah, look, you are compassionate and caring. That's what makes you one of a kind. You are very compassionate and you're very caring, and the world needs more people like you. There's nothing wrong with being compassionate and caring. It's just about making sure you are that way towards yourself, and you are also that way towards the people that deserve your compassion and kindness. We are in Pisces, in Saturn energies. We're going through the transit, and part of the transit is about being more compassionate and kind to others as well. Okay, Saturn is that planet of restriction, and but Pisces are known to be compassionate and caring, but it's about being that way to ourselves as well. Your life path requires you to lead and help others, so you are a leader, and people do follow you, and part of your life path is to help lead others. You could be like a life path number 11. Some of you could be a life path number, I don't know, number 8. You could be showing people this is how you climb to the top from getting to the bottom, or something like that. This is how you become successful. You could be a life path number, I don't know, like number 2, Cancerian energy. Your aura is captivating and otherworldly. I did say that. You're giving off fairy vibes here. Mermaid vibes. More fairy vibes for me though. But your aura is captivating, otherworldly. It ties in with that Knight of Cups, because like I said, people find you seductive, and even if like you're wearing clothes, there's something very Moorish about you, right? And people find you captivating and otherworldly, like you're ethereal, like you're not from this world, but at the same time, I cannot stop speaking to you. You're looking like a human being, I guess, but I don't want to be disrespectful, but there's something like alien like about you, like you're not from this world, like your genetic imprint is not from this world, right? You are a star. You will become famous for your gifts and talents. See, you stand out, and this is why these people didn't want to invite you. They didn't want to invite you because you stand out, and they feel like if they stand beside you, they're going to pale in comparison to you. You're going to dim their shine. And if they were powerful within their own truth, they wouldn't be in this energy. But you are a star. People just know with you, like, this person's going to be famous. They're just going to be famous, right? You're going to be famous for your gifts and talents. 1 second, butterflies. Sorry, butterflies. I just sort something out. Your personality shines and you are a vibe. So you are a vibe and people enjoy your personality. People enjoy you being around. People enjoy your essence. People enjoy your vibrance as well. So you may have a lot of friends. You may have a lot of people that want to become your friend. You are the embodiment of originality. I did mention that. You are original. You are a trendsetter. You are a go-getter. People respect you whether they tell you or not, but people respect the fact that, you know, you do. I'm hearing, what's her name? Whitney Houston, yeah, but I'm also hearing Tina Turner. You're simply the best. Like, you are a person that just does it your way. Frank Sinatra, maybe some of you may like Frank Sinatra, I don't know. You have many admirers. It goes with the Knight of Cups. You have many admirers. You know, a lot of people are attracted to you. A lot of people may want to date you. A lot of people may want to take you out on a date. A lot of people may want to be your friend. Yes, this person is competing with you. So there could be someone that you may have been thinking of, and you could, I want to take some more actually. It could be someone that you may have been thinking of, and you could be thinking, oh, you know, I don't think this person likes me, or, you know, why is this person always funny with me? Because they're competing with you. They may not have wanted to take you out because they're jealous of you and they feel like you're going to get all the attention. And because you're one of a kind, they don't want other people to see that you're one of a kind as well. We have, you are emotionally and spiritually abundant. So you are emotionally abundant and spiritually abundant, and you believe in keeping a balance. It's not just about having a lot of money. It's not just about, you know, you believe in keeping a balance, right? People underestimated you in the past, but they are in awe at your transformation now that they're desperate to be around you. Yeah, so people try to keep you bounded and trapped and stuck, and people may have like known you to be one way or come from a specific background, and they felt that you will never make it, or they felt that, you know, they didn't, even if they could help you, they didn't want to help you. Or people may have felt like as if you are, you know, people may feel like they're desperate to be around you. They're desperate for your help, you know, but before they didn't want to help you. Before they were fine with you struggling, you know, before they were fine with like keeping, you know, advice and guidance to themselves because they didn't want you to get out of the situation that you were in. But now these same people may want your help. You want everyone to win and do not understand when others are underhanded, mean, and malicious. So again, it ties in with that Libra energy. Because you want others to win, you don't understand why people try and come after you and try and stop and block you. And because you are, you know, on your way to success and victory, you want other people to achieve their goals as well. You don't believe in gatekeeping. You don't believe in hiding things. You want everyone to win. This is what makes you one of a kind. You are on your way to the top. Your hard work has paid off. So you could be nearing a specific goal that you wanted to achieve, and you may feel like now, like, it's not going to work. But Spirit is saying, because I'm thinking of like the Knight of Pentacles, that you are on your way to achieving a certain goal. It may take a long time, or it may have taken you a long time. For some of you, this could take 10 years, or it's a 10-year cycle that you're going to start seeing, like, or maybe you started this thing like maybe 10 years ago. Maybe you started this thing within 10 years, like maybe 8 years ago, or there's something around that whereby it's taken you a long time, but you will see, you know, the fruits of your labor, you know, manifesting. You are protected as well. Spirit wants you to know that you are protected. Some people know that you're protected as well. That's why they fear you, energetically. And we also have people compete with you because they see you in a highlight and they want your magic too. So this is why you're one of a kind. And I feel like you're very protective of who you allow around you, who your friends are, etc. This is what I've picked up from you. So that is what I have for you, part number one. Part number one, we went in 1 hour and 51 minutes, 2 hours for your reading. So I don't think part number two is going to be that long, because I don't think I've got a lot of battery here. So let's see. So thank you for joining me, part number one. If you would like more messages, please go and check out my membership channel. And if you Want to check out any of my other card readings, please feel free to. I will speak to you soon. It's been an absolute pleasure to tap into your energy. You are magnificent. Please remember who you are. Please do not stop doing what you're doing. Please continue to work on yourself. We are all a work in progress. And I will speak to you soon. Stay the amazing, magnificent you. Keep evolving daily. Peace out. Okay, we're going to go to pile number 2. We're going to go to pile number 2. Pile number 2. Let's see. What makes you one of a kind? Okay, we've got Libra energy. What makes you one of a kind is that you may have come out of a divorce, or there was something that you done very elegantly. So I feel like you're very elegant. I feel like you're very masterful. You're very intelligent. You could have like a symmetric face. You could dress very sophisticated. So people like find you to be one of a kind because they haven't seen your kind before. I feel as if, you're just like very graceful is what I'm picking up. You're very graceful. And I feel like people find you to be very poised, intelligent, articulate as well, is what I'm picking up. And I'm also picking up that you're one of a kind because you seek truth and justice within your connections with others. So some of you could be like a divorce lawyer. Some of you may have had a divorce. I hope I'm not triggering anyone. And I also feel like some of you, some of you could have a divorce, or some of you, I feel, or could have had a divorce, and you, regardless of how the divorce came out, you were very, here's something about masterful, or you could be, you were very graceful about the outcome, regardless if it went in your favor or not. I feel like you like to bring truth to others. You could be an advocate of some sort, protector of the weak, but I feel like you could be like a spokesperson of people that may not feel like they can speak up for themselves. So you could work for charities where you advocate for others. I feel like you bring people to justice as well. Some of you could be in the law enforcement as well. And I feel like you give people hope as well, because I feel as if, if you're, if your society, if your group or your organization that you belong to has gotten a lot of stick, you want to bring people hope that, I know that they say this thing about my role, but I want to show people that they can have trust in the law. I feel like some of you could be like a police officer, or you could be thinking of doing that, or you could work in your community, and you could be like an MP, they call them in England, like when you work for the government. You could work for you could work in parliament, you could work in the government, and you want to actually make people have trust in people that are in your field. And you actually do care about the people as well. You're not just doing it for the money. You actually do care. You go into the communities, you speak to the people, you have a connection with the people. Maybe you come from the same area, background as the people, or you have family that's been affected by certain things, and you want to bring truth to these, and light to these causes, and you also want to help. We have the Page of Wands. We have the Page of Wands. So I feel like you are a person that is an original, you're an original innovator. You could be a person whereby you could be a person whereby you are independent, so you may have started out your own charity independently with no backing, no support. And I feel like you could be somebody that has your own unique, dress sense as well. You have a lot of confidence as well. And, there's something about your dress style that is original, like no one dresses like you. So when people see you, it's like, okay, I like your swag, I like her style, because if anyone was to try and copy this way of dressing, they will fail miserably. Because you just have that energy to carry this dress sense off. So you have a unique style of dressing. You may be into hats, you may like to wear bright clothes, or there's something that you might like to wear capes, but your capes are like maybe handmade. Maybe you can make your own clothes, but you are a leader and people like to copy you, or you could post like maybe amazing pictures online and people always want to see what you're going to post next. And you could be somebody that wears like your own stuff, or you could be someone that just rocks clothes and just make it look amazing. Queen of Cups, yeah, you're one of a kind because you're very compassionate and you're very healing as well. And I'm hearing some of you could be a great daughter, a great mother, or you just have a very compassionate and caring side to you. And people feel heard, they feel understood, they feel respected by you. We have the Ten of Cups as well. Um, you are one of a kind because you could be a great parent, or like I said, you could be a great parent, you could be a great mother. I feel like you could be a great partner as well. And I feel like you're one of a kind because you make people believe that, I'm hearing like, is it Little House on the Prairie? Like you have that type of, people idolize you and your family. People idolize your family life. Some of you may be like YouTubers online and you document you and your family's life, or people are just in admiration of you and your family. So some of you, even if you're not a YouTuber, you could be a person that um, is a great mother, very caring. You could be a baker, you could be a clothes maker. You and your children and your partner could be very happy. Like you have this idealistic life, and people just want to know more about you, because people just feel like you're just original, and you know people feel like you make them feel welcome. So even if it's like your friends, they feel very welcomed. You treat your friends and like even strangers as family, is what I'm picking up, because you have that very compassionate side to you. You have that big heart, is what I'm picking up as well. We have Knight of Pentacles. So I feel as if, people view you as one of a kind because you're very loyal and very dependable. And if you say you're going to do something, you see it through. You are one of those individuals that have other people's back. You're one of them type of people that invest in charities and don't really mention it to anyone. And you shouldn't really anyway, because if you're doing something for the good, why do you have to broadcast it? Are you doing it to make people think you're good, or are you doing it to like really help? And that's why it goes back to charity. I feel like some of you could open up your own charity so that you're helping others, or you could have a lot of investments in charities and people wouldn't even know that your name's in that charity, because you're not doing it to please people, you're doing it because you actually want to help others. People see you as very loyal as well. So if you could be in a relationship that's been around for a long time. People could be in admiration of your relationship. People could feel like, wow, part number two and their partner is, they've been going strong for years. Like, I want to know their secret. I want to know why they're still in this relationship with each other. Like, I want what they have. So with the Knight of Pentacles, this does indicate to me that you could be in a very long-term marriage or a relationship. And can you say Blackpink for me, please? Yeah, yeah. You could be in a very long-term relationship. And I feel as if people feel like you and your partner have this one of a kind connection, this one of a kind family life, these one of a kind children is what I'm picking up. Why are you one of a kind? Yeah, because I feel like people just admire your work ethic as well. They feel like you're very hardworking. Some of you could be a boss. Some of you, your boss admires the way that you work, and the way that you interact with others. So even if you are a boss, you treat people like they're on your level. And even the thing is, we're all human beings, so we should all treat people like they're on our level anyway, right? No one's higher than anyone. Even that's the way I see it. Even if you are a boss, even if you've got titles or whatever. So I feel as if people Yeah, I feel as if with the Three of Pentacles, you are able to collaborate and work with others. Like, you are a type of person, say, that can connect with anyone from any type of walks of life. You don't look down on people with that Justice card as well, and you connect with other people. Like, you make people feel heard, you make people feel welcomed, you listen to people, you empower others, you encourage others, is what I'm picking up with the Three of Pentacles here, right? um you like to help others. Some of you could work, like, some of you could be like a priest or something. So you, I feel like your sermons, and it's funny because I was talking about like my experience at the church on part number one. But I feel like if you are a person that marries people, right, you could marry people in like a registry office. I feel like people find your sermons like to be so like life changing. You have people crying with your words. You know, I feel that people find you to be dependable. People find you to have a lot of knowledge, a lot of know-how, a lot of skill, and people find you to be one of a kind because you just give that like protective energy over others. You could be very financially stable, and people feel like you make good investments in regards to your choice of partner, in regards to your choice of what you want to wear, in regards to your choice of home, how you decorate your home as well. Yeah, people find you to be one of a kind because they don't see that you're very idle. You could have a lot of earth in your chart. You could be an Aries, a Pisces, a Capricorn, a Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, Mars, or Venus. So people find you to be one of a kind because they see that you are not, you know, you're not like the rest. Like, you're not wasting time out here. Like, you have a goal for your life, and you, if you say you're going to do something, you do it, right? So you're very loyal and very dependable, and you have an amazing home. So people find you to be one of a kind because you are a great life partner, a great partner in general, and you have an amazing home. It's something very amazing about, you know, you make people feel stable, you make people feel comfortable. um some of you could have an amazing home, but that doesn't mean that you're one of a kind. But I feel like some of you could be interior designers, and you make people feel like you decorate and transform people's home, and you make people feel like they're in a palace or something. And maybe your house could be like a palace. You could be a great decorator as well. Some of you should go into interior designing. Why you want one of a kind? You are one of a kind. You've got the Three of Cups because you are a great friend. People feel like they can rely on you, um, and people feel like, you know, you're very supportive, and you could be a great um, you could be a great partner to have. You know, people may fall in love with you. People may find you to be like, I feel like, you know, even friends can fall in love with you. But I feel as if people find you to be someone that is very loyal, and someone that they choose to be loyal to. I'm hearing like you can make like someone change their ways. If someone wasn't like a person that was low in previous relationships, or a person that was, you know, open, a person that was closed off, a person that was detached, you have that ability to make people commit to you, especially if you're dealing with those types of people. If they have been that way in the past, you have the ability to bring friendship and romance into a relationship. So your connections are romantic, but they're very, you know, you're not afraid to pull a partner up. You're not afraid to be, you're very supportive as well. So you're one of a kind because you're very supportive. You, a lot of people view you highly. A lot of people have a lot of great things to say about you, past friends, present friends as well. A lot of people see you as a brother or as a sister, and I feel like you are able to help people to open up emotionally as well. We have the Two of Pentacles. So yeah, you are one of a kind because you may keep the balance and peace in situations. You are one of a kind because you may have been through turbulent times. Yeah, Ten of Wands, you've gone through a lot, but you were able to keep emotionally and mentally balanced. Not to say you weren't working through your stuff, but you held a certain composure as well. And with this card, we have Ten of Pentacles. So I feel like you are one of a kind because you are all about creating a legacy, a legacy that will last, a legacy that your children, your grandchildren can all benefit from. You know, you believe in having that family structure. You believe in creating a positive family life for, the generation after you, whether you are a parent, whether you are an uncle, you were raised very well, and you believe in implementing, your values. Even if you didn't have the best upbringing, you believe in implementing, your values and what you believe in, which is doing the right thing, to your children, or like your nieces or your nephews as well. You could be very generous as well. And I feel like you're very emotionally abundant and financially abundant. But if you're not in the now yet, then you will be, because I feel like you believe in, you know, everyone in the family should be happy, and we should do things to make other people happy. It's not just about ourselves. You believe in supporting family members, not just keeping things for ourselves. We need to help others. We need to give to others if they are in need. You believe in that. Um, Amazing person. Queen of Wands. So we have the Queen of Wands, which is, Leo energy. So some of you could be a Libra, a Leo, Aries, uh, Libra, Pisces, yeah, Sun, Moon, Rising, Mars, or Venus. So with the Queen of Wands, I feel like you are very charismatic. You could be very playful, very witchy. You don't like me saying that, but that's, mysterious, very abundant. You're not afraid to go, go it alone. You retain a certain magnetism and happiness. And even if you're a quiet Leo, or a quiet person, people can see the positivity that resides within you. You could be very playful and very childlike, but then you could be very serious and, very tactile, and, you're very ambitious. What hides beneath this is your ambition as well. So people, you have very, you've got different sides to you. So on one hand, people will feel like they know you, that you're very playful. Then on another hand, you could be very, ruthless in your pursuit of ambition. And when I say ruthless, I don't mean that you're kicking people underneath the bus to make it. I feel like you can be like very determined, a force to be reckoned with, a powerhouse, and people didn't really see this coming. Yeah, look, we've got the Two of Swords. People didn't really see your energy coming towards them, because they may have perceived you to be one way. So they could perceive you to be like very like quiet, very serious minded, very truthful, well spoken. Then on another hand, you could be very playful. You could be very self-expressive. You can be very you could possess a lot of star quality. So it's like you have two sides to you. Or you could be very like colorful in personality, beautiful, sexy, and then when people speak to you, you could be very articulate, very graceful, very poised. So they could feel like you're one way, like you're some party girl, but when they talk to you, like, whoa. So there's a lot of different sides to you. Five of Cups. Why are you one of a kind? You're one of a kind because you know how to move on from things, and situations that have hurt you. You tend not to dwell too much on the past. Yes, you do, but you dwell on it so that you can heal from it. And, you are still, you do hold on to the past. So you might have Cancer energy, but you make those past hurts teach you, you learn the lessons basically from them, those past hurts, so that you don't repeat them. If you feel you're going down a path, you go back and resort to a time when you went through something, where you felt something, so that you know not to make the same mistakes. You can hold on to the past, and you speak very fondly of your past to teach others as well, not to make certain decisions that you made that may have hurt you as well. You use your past experiences to help others, and also to help yourself, and you're not afraid to heal from the past as well. You are one of a kind, because sometimes you go missing and people are like, where's part number two? You know when to take time out. You know when you're drained. You know when when you need self-care. And part of self-care is taking that time out, isolating self, you know um isolating yourself, and, you know the Four of Swords, trying to recenter yourself and regroup, is what I'm picking up. So you are one of a kind, because again, you are a person, I feel that there's something about past life. People that have dated you, may have done you wrong in the past, or people that have dated you, and even if it's an ex, they may not have done you wrong. But I feel as if it's an ex, then if you've broken up with this person, you are seen as the one that got away. You may have ex-partners wanting to come back into your life to reconnect with you, to relive what you both went through in the past as well. So you are very unforgettable. That's why you're one of a kind, because people from your past cannot forget. It could be friends as well, family members, but more so relationships. They can't forget the way you made them feel. They can't forget the way you were so nurturing and kind and compassionate and loyal. And if they didn't appreciate you, they wish they had someone like you or you yourself in their life right now, because they're coming to find that there's a lot of people out there that really don't care. So you're one of a kind, because people cannot forget about you, and they can get caught up in their feelings and they can become depressed when they cannot connect with you. You are one of a kind because you're not a person that takes things for granted. You're very grateful for what you have. You don't gloat, you don't show off, and you know, you like to get people out of feeling levels of depression. You don't like people to feel gloomy or have like you know, this gloomy aspect, and you don't want people to view life as something that is boring. You want people to see, you may want to go and check out part number one. You may want, you want people to see that, it doesn't always have to be doom and gloom. You can create opportunities for yourself. You can create your own magic, because you know that you've been in certain situations, and you've managed to get out of the situations, maybe through your creativity, maybe through other people loving you. So you want to be that person to others. So we have clock time pressure, in a rush, 1 and 4. Some of you could be a Gemini. So I feel like your mind is very quick. You're always on to the next thing. You could be a quick communicator as well. Some of you could be a social media influencer. You're starting social media, starting something on social media. But I feel like your mind is very, you could speak many languages for some of you. I feel like some of you could have a lot of followings, like a lot of followers on social media as well. Like some of you could be like a social butterfly. You're always going out to events. You're always communicating with others. You like meeting new people, and people enjoy your company, and people enjoy your conversation. Is what I'm picking up. We have such a curious dream, grounding, returning to reality, coming home. Yeah, there's something very home-like about you. So people, when they connect with you, they feel like they're connected with someone from their family. You could be the age 45, or some of you could be like a Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Mars, or Venus. But I feel like, wherever you travel, wherever you go to, it feels like home, or people, you give people a sense of familiarity, of home. Like when people connect with you, they feel like you're part of their family. You treat everyone like family, whether it's someone on the road, etc. I wonder what will happen next. This is number 2. Some of you could be a Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, Mars, or Venus, ready to adventure, pre piece of change, pause before action. Yeah, so what makes you one of a kind is that you are very empathetic, but you have this way whereby you may isolate yourself because you need to recenter, regroup, and recharge your batteries. You like your own space, you like your own time, to reconnect with yourself. You may like reading as well. You may like reading many different books, like maybe psychological books, or books on philosophy, books on spirituality, books on self-help, self-growth. You're always about empowering yourself and evolving and making yourself become a better version of yourself, so that you could help others as well. Shine bright like a candle. Like you stand out with the number 36. Yeah, some of you could be a Sagittarius, or some of you could be born on the 6th or the 3rd. And I feel like wherever you go, you stand out like you're a star. You may feel like, why do people keep staring at me? Because you have star quality. You have charisma. Some of you have been told you should be a model, or you should be, in the movies, because you just stand out. Like you just got that, charisma about you. You got star quality in buckets. It sort of makes you one of a kind. Like you stand out, amongst your peers, amongst your siblings, amongst your family members. Like all eyes are always on you in your community. People are drawn to you. You're like a celebrity, right? Or people are saying that you are going to become a celebrity, or you should be famous for something. No need to fear. 1 and 8. Again, you've got more Saggy energy. Some of you could be born on the 8th or the 1st. Number 9 energy. Remember how powerful you are. Some of you could be Aries as well. You've got Aries twice. I feel like you're very powerful. You're a dynamic force to be reckoned with. You are a go-getter. You go after your goals. You go after your dreams. People could be, you're formidable foe. Like if people fall out with you, they're shook of you, they're scared of you, because they don't really want to come up against you. because they know that, you're very powerful physically and verbally. So people just like, okay, we don't get on, let's just leave it as that. But you may have fought people in the past, and people are scared of you because you're very strong. Like, regardless of how you look, even if you don't look like physically strong, like, your power is like unmatched. Some of you could be into sport, and you could maybe do like some sort of martial arts here. Cause we've got Aries rules like Mars, which is all about action. So some of you could be, some of you could be boxers, martial artists. Some of you, yeah. And I feel like your competitors, your opponents, know who you are. They may not want to come up against you again, or they respect you because they remember their experience with you, and they know that it wasn't a pleasant one. Even if you're not into martial arts, people just see you as very mentally strong and physically strong, and they don't want to come up against you, whether it's in regards to like trying to compete for a role, a job, a person, or whatever. People just see you as very dynamic, very strong, and very powerful. We have, you will gain victory over adversary. So this could be a legal situation. If you are going through something legally, Spirit is saying that you're going to gain victory over this adversary. Some of you have gained victory over some sort of adversary. And, I feel like because you are always on the right side, you're always, you're going to win some sort of situation, or, if it's some sort of competitive thing that you're doing, because you do it in the right way, you don't try and bend the rules, you are going to win victoriously, okay? And someone has come up against you as well. Spirit is saying they're going to face karma as well for coming up against you, is what I'm picking up here. You're going to witness it as well. You are a protector of the underdog, yeah. So you could be an advocate for, speaking up for people that are underprivileged. And you don't like to see injustice. You don't like to see people living, poorly. You don't like, people to struggle, and you want to help in any way that you know how. You may feed the homeless, you may create your own charity, is what I'm picking up. You will be financially stable in this life. For some of you may feel like, oh, nothing's working out for me. Why is it always like this? Why am I always struggling? What, I know with my skills and attributes, I should be further along in my career where I should have been. Spirit is saying you will be financially stable in this life, because you are rare. Like, your genetic imprint is original, it's different. And I feel like, yeah, you're rare. Like, you're a rarity. No one's come across an energy like you before, and people will never come across an energy like you again. This is what I feel, because no one can't compare you to anyone, because you can't be compared to anyone. You're very rare. You're very family orientated. You're very low. You're very passionate. You're a go getter. You believe in equality. You believe in fairness and balance and justice. People feel drawn to you and want to tell you their secrets. So you may get people like coming up to you and just revealing their whole like secrets, and even their family secrets, and they may feel like, oh wow, did I say that? But then they feel a sense of relief that they've done that, because they may have held on to these secrets for a long time, and they had no one to tell these secrets to. And we have some people believe that if they had your gifts, they would be better than you. So you could have a lot of people, I feel like they could be like your competitors, especially if you're into sport. Oh, my nose is blocked. Sorry. And they may feel like it doesn't even have to be sport. It could be something that, like, you being a good parent, you gaining a lot of attention, you gaining a lot of support and help for your career. But some people, they believe that if they had your gifts, they can't put their finger on it. They know that you're very charismatic. They know that you stand out. You got some sort of star quality. Whether or not they'll say those exact words, I'm not sure. But they just feel like if they had like your look or your ability to connect with others, then they would be better than you, if that makes sense, which is weird. So you definitely got haters. People seek your wise counsel in this life. You could become a healer, a counselor, a psychic, or a psychologist. Yeah, so people see you as like someone that they can open up to, because whether or not they know it, you have that healing ability, and you could become a healer in this life. Maybe a Reiki master, maybe a tarot YouTuber, maybe a counselor, a psychic, or a psychologist, right? When you are moody, you can become quite scary. Channel your energy into something creative. So yeah, so what makes you one of a kind is that you know that you have this way to you whereby when you are angry or vexed or moody, you you can become like quite scary, like someone that is unrecognizable. So, I feel like you are aware of that and you're working on that aspect of yourself. Some people will know that they have this side to them and be like, no, there's nothing wrong. So you are aware of your shadow, and you may tend to like, I feel like you could be working on this, or you could be analyzing, where did this come from? What's triggering me? Is it like the time of the month nearing, or what is it? Like, why am I this way? So you're willing to try and work on ways that you don't are not in this energy, because you don't want to hurt other people, but you don't want to hurt, you don't want to upset the connections that you have by being in this way. So you are aware and you're willing to work on it, or you have worked on it, and that's what makes you one of a kind. You are magical. Your brilliance is one of a kind, which inspires others to tap into their gifts. So because of your magnificence, pile number two, because of your magical abilities, your otherworldly brilliance, you are able to inspire others to tap into their brilliance too. Because you're just rare, and you're just like amazing. You're just, you know, absolutely, you know, one of a kind, as it says. You're just one of, like, there's no one like you. Do you understand? And this is why you have some people trying to compete with you. You are not anyone's second best. So people may have tried to make you feel like you're second best, or try and put you in competition with people. And the reason why they've done that is because they know that you are that girl or that guy. They know, but they don't want you to know it, because it's like they feel like you've got too much good ability, you got too much amazing abilities just for one person. So they may have tried to put you in third party situations. They may have tried to make you feel like they're too busy to spend time with you, because they wanted you to doubt yourself, because they're doubting how someone can be so amazing. How can someone be like a good, a good friend? How can someone be like so, playful? How can someone be so intelligent, so beautiful, so poised, so great? Like, how can someone possess all these qualities in one person? So then what you may have unfortunately found is that you're dealing with insecure people, right? So they try to make you doubt yourself, or like alter your abilities. Like, okay, I don't want them to be too beautiful, because then other people will notice them. Or I don't want them to be too handsome, because other people will be drawn to them. I don't want them to talk to too much people, because people are going to notice that they're too intelligent. Or, so they try, oh, I'm too busy, or try and pit you up against other people, or say that this person's better looking than you, or that person's more handsome than you, they've got better body than you, or they dress better, they're in a better job, and they make more money. Whatever the case is, it's only because of their insecurities as well. And you are not anyone's second best. And you know you're not anyone's second best. So you are just happy to just to remove yourself from these types of people or situations. Because if you want that person, you think they're better than me, then that's good for you and that person. I'm going to go over here and stick to my own lane and continue to be the amazing me. That's the energy that you give off, because you are that girl or you are that guy. Okay, we got bosses and authoritative figures. See who you are at the core of you. They respect and admire you, and they want to help you. So you may find that a lot of people in authoritative figures, a lot of higher authoritative figures, want to support your goals, want to support your dreams, right? And they will help you get to that role that you're trying to attain, because they see your worth. They see, you are deserving just like everyone else, but they see that, you are that girl or you are that guy. So this is why you may get a lot of haters, like, how come they don't support me? How come they don't like me? Like, a lot of bosses seem to like you, right? And I feel as if, they just feel like you are, one day you could actually take my job, or you are going to be a leader of some sort, and they want to be a part of that journey, because they see your worth. And the reason why they see your worth is because you see your worth, because you know that you're one of a kind, and you really are. So keep being that amazing you. And I might do a reading like this again. If you would like me to, please let me know. It's good to empower and inspire and bring clarity and awareness to one's traits, talents, and gifts. I absolutely enjoy that reading. I will speak to you guys soon. But if you want to follow me on my membership channel, please head over to the membership channel, where it's only £1 a month. So head on over to the membership channel right now as I come off, or check out my other pick of cards, or astrological readings. If you want to follow me on Insta, see the face behind the voice. Follow me on ILEASHA4, Lily. And I'll speak to you soon. It's been an absolute pleasure. Pile number 2. Peace out.